Hello. Sorry that I wasn't. Oh, I need to get a new boom arm. I'm sorry I wasn't engaging with your pre-stream chatter. I was reading. I actually could have started my stream like 30 minutes earlier. I was just reading a novel and yeah, I got distracted. Someone didn't say boom. I said boom arm, yes, because my microphone is hooked onto a boom arm. Hello. Hello, Friday. 3 Are you okay, B1? Have you been drinking? What's going on, buddy? I'm glad you're fairly high strung today, though. All right, let's get this farming. Okay. Let's see here. Woke up with my head not pounding from lack of nutrients and sleep. Isn't that supposed to be like a good thing, though? I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be like a pretty good, a great thing, in fact. All right, and we are connected. Let me open the document so I can get a list of all the stuff. And then yeah, that's why I'm in spirits to be the chat clown. Oh, B1, you always are. Ow. You will always be the chat clown. Ow. I have to find all of the things. Water. Ow. Thank you for the redeems, B1. I need to type all this down. Hick. Okay, I don't need you guys to do that. I don't need you guys to do that. Okay, and of course your favorite. You got your guys' favorite command, sit. There you go. Everything should be set up properly. Oh, I accidentally joined by typing !join. And B1 for some reason didn't join despite typing exclamation. Oh, nope, there he is. It just took a second try. And I think I was on planting. All right, there you go. My J uppercase, it didn't like that. I guess that's true. It probably just doesn't like the uppercase stuff. By the way, our farm is like almost done, by the way. Like genuinely, it's almost done. I think we're literally just like grinding out like farm animals and our berries. So we can like properly just like chill, which is very interesting. I don't actually have to focus on the farming that much today. So have you guys been? Oh yeah, actually, wait, there is one thing I want to do. I have fertilizer now. So I have a fertilizer bot, which we can place over here. And like these little guys will go around and do stuff. It's very case sensitive. Very true. You're a funny man, you know that? Real funny man. A comedian, some could say. Oh shoot. Oh wait, I still don't. Oh wait, no, I do have storage. Where the frick did it go? Oh wow. These bots over here though. I definitely want to like fully upgrade these. Yeah, we can vibe. How you guys doing? Hope you guys have been doing all right. We are today's Friday, so we're just gonna be relaxing, having a good old chat as we usually do. Sorry, I wasn't looking at chat while I was messing around with the thing, but here we are. Maybe I should do like the good old like narrator voice side to keep things smooth and pleasant on the ears. Hello. And playing Mania, Mania, nice. Very, very nice. There's like so I was actually considering doing some React content today. Crazy, I know. I've been talking about how much I don't like React content, but I'm thinking about revising some things of this philosophy, and the main reason being that like I think React content, when it comes to like people who make stuff, you know, I think that's boring, or I think that's dumb. Like, say like somebody made this really sick video for their content and then other people are reacting to it. I think that's stupid. Or like reacting to TikToks and stuff. I think that's dumb. But I think I don't know, I think like doing like more public facing things, like what if we did like a stream where we watched like this the stream awards or something, or like the game awards, that kind of stuff. I feel like that'd be more okay, except for the fact that of course you have to get permission for a lot of large events to be able to restream those. But like I'm small enough, they won't notice me, it's fine. I'll take like a 7-day ban. It's not like I haven't disappeared for 7 days before. I'll just take the vacation, you know. Currently in a mania, I'm waiting for the crash when I just stop being a yapper. It's gonna be 2xKO. No, actually, it's not 2xKO. So the thing I was thinking about doing was Fire Emblem. So Nintendo released a little Nintendo Direct for Fire Emblem, for their next upcoming Fire Emblem game. And I thought it'd be pretty interesting if we could watch it together and talk about it. I know like Fire Emblem is like not a game for everybody, you know. I think the last time I streamed it, there were not that many people that were as excited for it as I was, to put things, to be quite frank with that. But rather than just like because it's the Direct, we can just talk about the upcoming game, like character design, that kind of stuff, because I feel like that can kind of be a little bit interesting. Obviously, we're gonna, you know, spend some time farming and talking a couple of things. I don't think I was alive during this. Maybe not. Actually, probably not. At least not for Fire Emblem Engage. You were definitely not there for that. That was some time ago. But I think like for the larger like announcement stuff, like when the 2xKO announcement happened, that happened while I wasn't streaming, right? I was watching that crap live because they announced the new characters for 2xKO. They announced that at Evo Vegas. Yes, they announced that at Evo Vegas, and I was really just watching the tournament because there was a 2xKO tournament, and when the tournament ended, that's when they revealed the new characters, or the next few characters, I should say. So that was like that there wasn't really much of a moment for me to react, and I don't know how interesting it would be for me to, you know, stream a fighting game tournament, especially when most of you guys don't, you know, follow the game. You guys come for me for the most part. And I'm definitely not like a professional commentator or anything, unfortunately. Maybe I could try my hand at something like that, but definitely not like good enough to make it easy for people who have never seen that kind of stuff understand what's going on. But there are a couple of interesting things that are happening. So yesterday, a very hyped fighting game came out, released. It's called Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls, or just Marvel Tokon, or just Tokon. A lot of people just call it Tokon. The game looks really cool. It's $70, so I'm not gonna be getting it. Not unless like it looks so hype that like I have to get it. But it's a $70 game. I'm not freaking buying it. That's too much money. Yeah, $70 for a fighting game. It is a steep price, to say the very least. So I am not in the current mind to purchase it. Thank you, Namco, for the Crab Rave redeem. Thank you for the Not About redeem. Just play a game for free with 100,000 microtransactions. That's what I'm saying. We need to. Dude, B1. I'll see you on Dicko. I'll be seeing you on Dicko, B1. 1v1 me. If you don't know what I'm talking about, people were talking about. So there's like a fighting game series called Injustice. It's a game featuring various like DC Comics characters, right? And they pulled the plug on the idea of there being an Injustice 3. So there's an Injustice 1 and there's Injustice 2. And people were like, okay, so it's like an NRS game. It's like, we don't think there's gonna be Injustice 3. What's the move next from there? And the next step from there apparently is a mobile fighting game. What the frick? Bro, it's 2 different people. Okay, whatever. Legal, what are these freaking usernames? Legal Constrictor PHCCRQ. You know what I bet they did? I bet they're just being freaking annoying. All right, let me, how do I ban and ban? There you go. Hello, Avadia. Hello. What the, yeah, boo squared. But yeah, so what Injustice has decided to do, or like, I guess what the IP has decided to do was create their next fighting game to be mobile. So they released a game called DCKO, you know, like DC Comics, you know, representing the superheroes in the DC comic universe, KO, which first and foremost, I think a lot of us are kind of like, on the 2XKO title. I think it's grown on me personally, to be honest. Not like to the point of like I like it, but it stands out, you know? Street Fighter's not cheap too. Yeah, that is true. Fighting games in general aren't cheap. Say what you want about Street Fighter, it is very, like, the production quality of Street Fighter is extremely high. So like but like still, I'm talking about the title. I like, you know, their titles like Street Fighter are like very iconic. So they came out with a fighting game called DCKO, or in my mind, Dicko. Because I call 2XKO Tuco. That's what I call it, and a lot of people call 2XKO Tuco. Freaking DCKO gets announced, and I'm like, bro, it's called Dicko. Surely they did this on purpose, right? Surely they did that. It's actually so funny. It's a mobile fighting game, which we know that we know mobile fighting games actually have a track record of doing decently well, just because mobile games in general do pretty well. 2XKO was also odd when it came out, but after a while it's like, all right. But DCKO, yeah, I agree. The thing about 2XKO, I'm still a huge fan of the title of 2XKO as like the game's name, but it's grown on me. And again, not because I personally like it, but like it stands out, you know, like as a title, it stands out. It gets the point. It like kind of pinpoints the sort of main like interesting points of the game, which is the fact that you can play like 2 players, you know. So I think 2XKO is like fine. It grew on me. DCKO is just like, come on, man. Yeah, but there's like a really big focus on it, like to the point where like duo play is like the way to go, in my opinion. Like if you want to have fun with 2XKO, you have to play with a duo. Very fun game. And then, you know, there's DCKO, which is freaking crazy funny. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Tokon. So this new cool little fighting game called Marvel Tokon has released. It is also a tag fighter, but while like 2XKO is 2v2, a game called Skullgirls, that's a fighting game, is also 2v2. Game called Blaze Blue Cross Tag. And Dicko was his name. Yeah. You know, there are other like different kinds of tag games. So like Marvel vs. Capcom is known for 3v3, so you control 3 characters instead of 2. Like Skullgirls technically can have 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, or like 1v3, whatever. There's a lot going on with Skullgirls. Tokon is new in that I think it's the very first fighting game we have that's a 4v4. Like you control 4 characters, but like it's not like 2XKO where each character has their own separate health bar that you have to deplete. But in 4XKO, you have like one universal health bar. So when you swap characters, you still have like the same amount of health as you did before. It's very interesting. So Avengers Civil War. Not quite. Yes, but no, because it involves some really crazy deep cuts, like some crazy deep cuts in the roster. We can actually go through it, to be honest with you, because I actually think it's really interesting. Not even from like a fighting game, like, you know, someone who likes fighting games, but if you know anything about like Marvel comics or like superheroes, just like their roster is really, really interesting. Here, actually, I can see if I can pull up the roster. Nah, I don't see my Go Hawkeye game's gonna flop. Well, then you should probably be playing Injustice. Also, Hawkeye... Oh no, Hawkeye is Marvel. I was thinking about someone else. I was thinking about Green Arrow. Whoopsies. So there's one health bar is a reason to have 4 characters to switch? Well, yes. So if you've played any tag game, the strength of a tag game is being able to tag from character to character to continue pressure. So you've played Street Fighter, right, Namco? So think of it like this, right? Say like you're playing Street Fighter 6, you are doing pressure. So you like jab, jab, jab into like Hadouken if you're playing like Ryu, or like Hashogeki, right? And that's like, once the special comes out, once the Hadouken is blocked or the Hashogeki is blocked, it's now their turn to play, right? They get to, it's like kind of their turn to begin their own block pressure. Sure, you can like, you know, release like a random like scrubby invincible like Shoryuken or something to try and steal back your turn. But generally speaking, that's like your turn, right? Like you do ding, 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 and then it's their turn. There's like some scenarios which are like pretty difficult. Like once you're in the corner, like it can get really ambiguous when it's time to take your turn. But generally speaking, that's how like a game, like a low powered game like Street Fighter like does pressure, right? In tag games, the reason why tagging is really strong is, think about it this way, right? So you do the same thing. Say you're playing like a Ryu in this like tag game. You do jab, jab, jab into Hadouken. But then you can call your assist. Your assist comes out, they run in, they do like a freaking Terry Bogard, like burning knuckle into the opponent, and then you tag into Terry Bogard, and then you can continue pressure. And you can do that 4 times in this game. Yes, you have a lot of characters. And I think the draw of it is that every character gets like different kinds of assists based off of what position they're in. So we can talk about it a little bit. But first let's pull up the roster. I think the roster is very, very interesting. Okay, I have it pulled up. I have to make sure I don't screw this over. If you want, we can watch some gameplay too. It's a really interesting game. There's a lot of people like playing it and stuff. So it is for pro game. Oh no, actually it is apparently extremely easy to get into as a new player as well. They have like single button like specials, I think, similar to like modern Street Fighter. I've heard that it's actually pretty easy to get into as a new player because you don't have to like play all 4 characters. You can just play one character with 3 assists, you know? So there's like space there. Oh, that's not the right one. Oh, why is the entire screen? Oh, I know why it's green. It's because of Rusty's. Give me a second. How do I do this? It has something to do with like here, I think. Why is it also buffering on my screen? No, I want to play Green Arrow, Black Widow, Daredevil, and the Punisher. Give me all the Hawkeye, not Green Arrow. Yeah, well, I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll release them as a character in the future, you know? Oh, what the frick? That just looks strange. Also, now I'm gone. What the frick is going on with this? Oh, because it's not Rusty's, it's my freaking other capture. Wait, give me a second. Okay, yeah, nope, that makes a lot of sense. It was not Rusty's, it was a different capture altogether. All right, let's switch this over to this, and then we can open that. Oh, that's a lot larger than I expected. Oh, that's probably fine. Let me zoom in on this. Yeah, this is a roster. So if you don't recognize the characters here, oh, that's not very well good quality. Street Fighter single player mode is an amazing tutorial. That is true. The tutorial, the whole like the world tour thing of Street Fighter is pretty great. Tutorials in fighting games is a rare art. That is also true. And it does help like offset some of this stuff. But yeah, these are streamer 4 years. Everybody, I don't know why I did that. But yeah, these are the this is the roster of the game, which is straight off the gate. It kind of looks normal until you squint and realize there's some very strange characters here. So like, there's some very strange characters here. First and foremost, off at the top left for X-Men, you have Storm and you have Wolverine, right? That's pretty basic, right? Like you if you see the X-Men are involved, you can expect Wolverine and Storm to be there. But like instead of like Cyclops or something, we have Magic, who is becoming a lot more prevalent in like Marvel in general. Partly due to like more recent comics from my understanding, and also due to Marvel Rivals. And then we have Danger. What did they do to Iron Man? Yeah, I know, Iron Man looks like a Super Sentai character. It's really strange. But yeah, they added Danger. And if you don't know who Danger is, like there's a in X-Men, there's like a thing called the Danger Room. It's like the training facility used by the X-Men, and it's like run by an AI. Yeah, that's who Danger is. They gave her a body, which is very interesting. Magic was in that one movie nobody watches, The New Mutants. I wouldn't know, I never watched it. But yeah, Magic is becoming a lot more prevalent. She also looks amazing in this game, by the way. But yeah, we have Danger, Magic, Storm, Wolverine for the Unbreakable X-Men. Then the Amazing Guardians. We have, this is also a very weird lineup. So we have Spider-Man, and we have Penny Parker. Penny's becoming a lot more normal, or like normalized as well, so I'm not surprised about Penny. But then we have Miss Marvel, like Kamala, Miss Marvel, stretchy lady, can like gigantify herself and stuff, which is pretty cool. And Star-Lord. I think like these four characters, I think like Miss Marvel is a bit interesting, and then having both Spider-Man and Penny Parker in the roster is a bit interesting. But overall, like this is, I don't think this is like super like weird of a roster for like those 5 characters. Then for the Avengers, we have a fairly, and Star-Lord, complete silence. I mean, people like Star-Lord though. I mean, generally speaking, they like the movie he's in, and you know, there's Marvel Rivals, which is helping out a lot. For the Avengers, we have Captain America, Iron Man, and Hulk, and then Black Widow. But instead, we don't have, what's his face? Crickets. Did I say Black Widow? Black Panther. What the frick is wrong with me? I meant Black Panther. Black Widow looks I meant Black Panther. Shut up. But instead of T'Challa, we have Shuri. I think this is a really cool change, by the way. It also helps because look how much freaking men there are in this freaking roster. All the women you see in these 3 teams right here, which is what, 3 in the Unbreakable X-Men, 1 in the Amazing Guardians, and 1 in the Avengers. That's all you're gonna get, because Knights of Doom and Samurai Outriders don't have a single woman. First, I thought you had some insider info. No, I just got confused because I'm stupid. But then we have the Knights of Doom, which features some cool characters. So there's Doctor Doom and Magneto. These 2 characters are pretty standard, I think. Like they're pretty, everyone who like knows about like Marvel comics knows, and like Marvel vs. Capcom will expect Doctor Doom and Magneto. Why the frick do we have the Hobgoblin and Carnage? We have the Green Goblin, or I don't know if this is Hobgoblin and Green Goblin. Wait, oh, it says Green Goblin and Carnage. I mean, Loki could be a woman if he wanted to. Well, yeah, but like, at least more recently. And Shrek is in this one. Oh yeah, because of whatchamacallit, Hulk. Hulk's design is very, very strange in this game. But yeah, so Green Goblin is that meme of the penguin and Madagascar guy standing next to the fanatic. No, so this is really funny because think of it this way, right? So the Knights of Doom, like think about it, like Dr. Doom, he's like, I want to take over the world, like everyone will be equal beneath me. Magneto is like, I want to take over the world because everyone should be beneath mutants. And then Green Goblin and Carnage are just like, we freaking hate Spider-Man. That Spidey's gotta go. That's so funny to me, bro. Like, we have these like two like incredibly like intelligent like mixed characters with like all sorts of like complex reasonings as to why they do things, and they have two characters who really don't like Spider-Man. Like they really don't like Spider-Man. And then Samurai Outriders, which people thought this was gonna be like the Midnight Suns because they released Ghost Rider and then Blade Deadpool, and then they threw Loki in there just because he has a sword, I guess. I mean, the Samurai Outriders is a sick team though. Oh, these are like a sick like set of 4 characters: Ghost Rider, Blade, Deadpool, Loki. And when you're playing the game, obviously you can mix and match your characters. You don't have to like play like with these teams as they are. Like you can, if you wanted to, you could be like, I want to play Spider-Man, Danger, Doom, Loki or something. What do you mean? Osborn is kind of a genius too. Well, yes. Well, okay, you're not wrong. Osborn, sorry, that's not what I meant. I meant it more in terms of like reasonings as to why they're doing things. Because Dr. Doom and Magneto, they both are both like heroes, and like, you know, there's like some sort of, there's a lot going on in there. Like you can't call them truly evil, but they are evil. They're clearly doing bad things, but in their mind their actions are justified. The Green Goblin just wants to see the world burn, generally speaking. Like Osborn's freaking like mental like Green Goblin demon just wants to see the world burn and kill Spider-Man in the process, you know. Dr. Doom, use universal threat, Magneto continental threat, Carnage country threat, Green Goblin, it might cause some property. Well, I would say Green Goblin does a little bit more than property damage, generally speaking. Just a little bit. He has his own, you know, he has his own stuff to deal with. Fine, bro. Level threat. I think Green Goblin could hold a city hostage, honestly. You know, like Riddler style. He shows up, plants a bunch of bombs in unknown locations, and then goes like, riddle me this. Hey, you said you wanted Green Arrow, you know. Funny, Doombots were in Stephen King's Dark Tower too. I should read more Stephen King stuff. I should read more in general. Or I do read a lot, but I don't read like real books. I should though. But yeah, that's this is the current roster of Marvel Tokon. Yeah, the Avengers never lost with Hawkeye. The one movie he was in, they got smacked. I mean, sure, that's one way to put it. So like, actually something very interesting. So like, people were like surmising what the next DLC like set of characters are going to be for this game, and everyone kept throwing out like X-Men characters, you know, because like X-Men characters are freaking dope, and people want like villains, because if you look at this roster, the only villains are the Knights of Doom, so it's like mostly heroic for the most part. So like everyone's like, what do we want? Like some people are like, we want like an X-Men character, we want like, you know, there's like a lot of like cool interesting superheroes I can add, and some people are like, we want like a villain, like we want more villains added. So you know who they decided to add as their next character, or who they released for their next character? We have to watch ads, don't we? Oh, yeah, I guess we could watch the launch trailer, so you guys can see what the game looks like a bit more. Balloons lineup. We need a glue monkey for every super monkey. Oh.
I am itching for a fight. For Earth's sake, I hope you don't disappoint.
Yeah, the story is basically this guy over here. Oh.
Fight. For Earth's sake, I hope you don't disappoint.
Yeah, this guy over here is like, I'm looking for a good fight, so I'm just gonna have a bunch of people fight each other, and then I'm gonna fight the winner. That's basically the story. Is there more nuance? Yeah, but
Doom is no one's
give me Winter Soldier. Oh, Bucky would be pretty cool.
More tyrants than I can count.
Bucky would be a pretty cool addition. Yeah, this is a game.
Meet your doom.
Oh, I forgot that I already had it minimized. I should probably full screen this for you
The
guys.
screen's getting crowded. Wade, you are hopeless.
Yeah, so you see that? That's like, you know, some things that you can do with swapping. So you start the combo with Captain America. You can't quite do much more as Captain America. So instead you swap to Wolverine to finish up. Glue Monkey would solo, so true.
Fighters, assemble! The challenge of the champions begins!
Blades close-up smile.
Let me at them, Storm.
Try and keep up.
Magic looks really cool, by the way.
About time. Front page is the bugle. Here I go.
All the characters in this
Maybe
game
time
looks
it'll be
really,
a good
really cool.
story.
Give me Aunt May, Uncle Ben, Pepper Potts, Howard Stark, and Maria Stark. Just give me just for civilians.
So, we have a series of knockouts. And the winner gets a crack at the big guy.
I have never lost before.
By the way,
And I am
I know my brain is like brain rotted
And the
when I
winner-
see
So, we have a
Where is
series
it?
of knockouts.
Miss Marvel super stepping on somebody, and then the first thing that comes into mind is I wish that were me.
Knockouts.
Like not like a like me personally thing, just like a meme like format, you know. But yeah, I deserve that. Thank you for the Bucker team. I deserve that. But I know my brain is brain rotted, but that's the first thing that comes into my mind. If I was truly like looking out for content, like I would see this and be like, I wish that were me.
Winner gets a crack at the big guy.
I have never lost before. And I am not about to start now.
Thank you for the redeem carrots.
Was the glory of Wakanda. On it. Initiating attack.
Leave me alone. I didn't actually mean it. You guys know it. You're just teasing me for the hell of it.
Cooking now.
I could have kept my mouth shut, okay? But I at least one of you guys chuckled. Well, be Uncle Ben's special move, he freaking dies and then causes emotional damage, but only to Spider-Man. Against any other cast, they're just like, okay, whatever.
Inviting me to this contest was a big mistake.
Uncle Ben is just a counter pick to Spider-Man. And like Spider-Man, but like, it's not even like you win if you pick Uncle Ben to Spider-Man. You both just lose because Uncle Ben dies and then Spider-Man dies. Is this a channel? Okay, cool. But yeah, they've been releasing like a bunch of various character stuff, like individual character stuff for all the characters, which is really cool. I'm not gonna go through all this. There's a lot. I guess we can pick a character. What character are you guys most interested in looking at? It's like Juggernaut until Chaos Spider-Man uses the grief to get stronger. Freaking Uncle Ben dies. He just starts fury canceling, like jumping your booty. Like holy frick, bro. Yeah, which character are you guys interested in seeing? We'll watch one of these character trailers. They're like run throughs of the character as a whole. I guess technically we could see something else. Yeah, these are like character guides. Yeah, these are character guides. We can watch like a character guide for only one of them though, because each of them is like 7 to 8 minutes long, give or take, depending on the character. For some reason, Black Panther is like 6 minutes. But all these characters look really cool. I just don't want to spend $70 on this game, but this game looks really dope, and I hope it does well. However, guys, as you know, because this is a Microsoft game, this is being run by PlayStation, there has to be some drama. Are you excited to hear the drama? I don't even know if it's surrounding this game necessarily. I don't know how many people are still talking about it, like, explicitly, but it was like a huge thing when it got announced. Uncle Ben's sweet and sour sauce. It is a thing. Is it really? What the frick? I'm not gonna look at this up in front of you guys. I'm looking this up separately. Uncle Ben's sweet and sour sauce. Oh, it's like, okay, it's not a Marvel specific thing. It's literally just a branded sauce. Okay, that threw me off. But yeah, Microsoft and PlayStation, the same sentence being talked as one is sacrilege. Yeah, so what happened? So if you guys have heard about some, let me replay some music. If you guys have heard of some like, because a very similar, actually no, it's not very similar. The exact same thing happened with Helldivers 2. Is it a PlayStation game or a Microsoft game? They're both the same thing, no? Or they're not like the same thing, but like Microsoft is Xbox. Oh no, you're right. Microsoft is Xbox. What the frick was PlayStation under? I can't believe I actually got the companies mixed up. That's crazy. What the frick was the company that's under PlayStation? Could be a special move. PlayStation, Microsoft. It's Sony? Yeah, it was Sony. You're right, it was Sony. I forgot about my hatred for Sony. Actually, I can't believe I forgot about that. I literally like had Sony earbuds, and then because of what happened, I felt sick to the stomach because I used Sony earbuds. But yeah, so essentially what happened was, this happened with a game called Helldivers 2. I played it on stream. If you don't know what happened, Helldivers 2 released, right? Like it released fully playable, like full game. It was great. People loved it. The major problem with the game was that they just didn't have enough servers to like contain all like the massive amount of players that started playing it. And like people loved the game. The game was amazing. Fast forward, like I would say like a month or two later, PlayStation rolls out an update saying, in order to continue playing the game, you have to log in to your PSN account or like your PlayStation account, right? You have to log into a eligible PlayStation account. Even if you're playing on PC, you have to log into your account to play the game. And this comes with a couple of problems. The first one is that PlayStation, like having an account is not accessible in many parts of the world. There are many countries that like you just cannot get your hands on a PlayStation account. Straight up, you just cannot do it. So like all of a sudden a bunch of people who already bought the game were barred from being able to play the game. There's this really funny joke. It came from somebody I don't like very much, but it's still funny. So I'm gonna steal the joke. I'm not gonna tell you who originally made it. If you've heard of this, maybe you have, but like among the places that cannot play Helldivers 2 anymore is the Vatican City. And there were complaints that the Pope cannot hell dive when that's kind of his job is to liberate hell. That's besides the point. That was a stolen joke. That's not my own, unfortunately. But essentially what happened with Helldivers 2 is that there's this huge controversy because a bunch of people who wanted to keep playing the game couldn't. Even if you bought it, if you didn't have a PSN account, you couldn't keep playing it. So a bunch of people were refunding the game, lots of complaints, like all sorts of problems. Later, they moved back the decision. So you no longer needed a PSN account to play. But if you were in a location where you could not get a PlayStation account, you still could not have access to the game. And this is still the case to this day. If you're in any of the countries that you cannot have a PlayStation account, you can't play Helldivers 2. Fast forward not until now, like 3-4 years later, Marvel Tokon rolls out. This game has been talked about for many years, actually, to be honest with you. I've been following this game since like many betas. This game has had like 4 or 5 betas so far, like, or alphas even. And they recently made an announcement where in order to play the game, you need a PSN account. And as you can probably tell, that's a bit of an issue because there are some places where there are like huge fighting game communities, such as Pakistan, which does not have access to PSN. There's a huge fighting game community in Pakistan, specifically for Tekken, but for other things too. And they cannot play this game. So people who are like in certain countries who play fighting games competitively for like as their living or to make a lot of their money, they cannot play the game. And this is like gonna be one of the biggest fighting game releases for some time. Street Fighter 6 is stuck. They just recently had an update, but it didn't really change so much. So the game's kind of stagnant, but like if you like the game, you like the game. If you don't like the game, nothing will probably change anytime in the future to make you like the game. As for like anything recently that came out, like Avatar Legends, that game is like pretty cool, but as like a fighting game, it's relatively niche of a title. A lot of people love it in the fighting game community, but outside of that community, I don't even know how many people even know of its existence, to be honest with you. 2XKO, I genuinely think 2 years from now, 2XKO is going to be a great fighting game. Right now, the roster is just too small. There are 15 characters in a 2v2 game. When it released, it had like what, 12? Not even. Give it like another year or two, get like 2 sets of DLC characters like in, and I think 2XKO is great. Right now, a lot of the game is not doing super well when it comes to a casual audience, just because there just aren't that many characters. People want more characters. People want to see their like League of Legends like main do cool things on the screen, and there just aren't that many of them. I think the next 2 characters are hyped though. I think Lux looks dope and she's really popular as a character, and I think Samira just looks freaking cool as hell. If you saw the intro for Samira, she literally her intro is her riding her sword like a freaking skateboard, bro. Tell me that's not Dante or Virgil or something. That's so DMC coded. Boo. As much as I love 2XKO, I really like 2XKO. I would like in the future to maybe try out Tokon, but this game's too expensive. With that said, I'm thinking about getting a Nintendo Switch 2. Speaking of too expensive, I'm thinking about getting a Switch 2. In completely unrelated news. No, but yeah, I think this game's really cool. Oh yeah, I did say I was gonna show off DLC character. But yeah, they released a very interesting DLC like announcement for their next DLC character. So people are like, we want an X-Man character, and other people are like, we want a villain. We want like, there's a lot of like interesting characters.
Reduce everyone to ash.
So how about both?
No, I can control it for long enough to do what I have to. I will save mutants.
How about we have Phoenix Cyclops?
The new age of the Phoenix begins now.
If you don't know who the frick this is, I mean, this is Cyclops. This is like alternate version of Cyclops where he has like the Phoenix Force or something, and he's a villain also, by the way. So we have villain Cyclops, and people are like, he's an X-Men, and people like Cyclops. So Cyclops is in the game, but he's also a villain, and people are like, okay, we got our villain too. And it is also kind of a deep comic book cut. So who is Cyclops? Superhero, X-Men. Same with Payday 3. Those who played Payday 2 were spoiled for the tons of content. Lots of more recent games are like big publications are having problems like that, unfortunately. What is X-Men? A group of superheroes. There's like the Avengers as like one group, and then the X-Men are like a separate group of superheroes. I guess they're not, superhero is probably not the right term for them, but it's good enough if you don't know what they are. They're technically mutants, but they do superhero-esque stuff. You know what I wish they could do would be like, we have yet to see Charles Xavier as like a playable character, I don't think, in a fighting game. Can you imagine Charles Xavier just like freaking like X like show up in his wheelchair and just start like tossing people around like they're like with his like there's no counterplay. You try and block and he just picks you up and throws you against the ground. It's just command grabs. There's no hits. He just like combos you with command grabs until you die. And he just sits there in his wheelchair. If you get too close to him, then he dies. He just dies in like 2 hits. Oh, now that I think about it, I feel like I'm just describing Akuma. But yeah, that's like the interesting thing when it comes to Marvel Dokkan. Again, a thing that I am passionate about that not many people are, but I think this game looks freaking dope. Don't worry about the specifics, but yeah, I think this roster is pretty interesting overall. Oh yeah, there's actually some interesting things I should show off. Like, Penny Parker has a very interesting like spider mech. They did something very interesting with her mech. Look at her freaking mech. It's like a legit smile. Also, oh wait, sorry. Also, all the characters in this game have their own like theme song and stuff, as like most fighting games do. And her theme song is like weeby as heck, which makes a lot of sense. But yeah, this is Penny Parker's mech. I actually love it so much. It looks so good. It's not what I expected, as like it's like literally like a jumping spider.
That might have been too easy.
I'm just listening to the music right now, honestly. But yeah, this is we can see at the end they have like examples of combos that you can do with Penny. Like, what the frick is she doing? She's just spinning on people. And this is her ultimate skill. Just rocket punches you to death. And then this is her like tilt out assemble ability. So like everybody has their own like separate part of this, but like this is her part. We can achieve anything.
Battle over. Nice job, Spider. You picked the wrong.
Zettai sticky spider girl. You can probably hear it again. Oh, it's Muteki. Whoops. Not sticky. It's Muteki. My bad. Yeah, I think Penny's like all the characters in this game just are freaking dope. Like Goblin's a freaking creep. It's amazing. He looks great. Deadpool. Oh, they did so many cool things with Deadpool. But the problem with Deadpool is you guys won't like understand a lot of the references because like he's like. They just bundled a bunch of fighting game references into Deadpool. Like he's literally just a bunch of different fighting games from like Street Fighter, Tekken, Guilty Gear, a bunch of Arc Sys games because this game is made by Arc Systems. So like Guilty Gear, BlazBlue, that kind of stuff. But Deadpool is freaking sick. Oh man, this game just looks really cool. Unfortunately, I'm not willing to chill out $70. All right. But yeah, that's Marvel Dokkan. It's a very, very cool game. They have like a lot of interesting things going. As for me personally, if I were to what characters would I be interested in playing? Magic looks really cool. I like characters with big buttons, and Magic has big swords, so Magic looks cool. I think Danger looks interesting. I mean, I play frickin' Jinx. I'm a terrorist on 2XKO. Of course, I'm gonna play the laser pew pew robot lady, because Danger is basically just like another zoner in this game. Whoopsies. Okay, I just realized I've been sitting here and like slightly in pain because I need to go to the bathroom and I don't know why it like suddenly shut up. So I don't know how long this is gonna take. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna swap this scene here. I'm gonna make myself disappear. so you guys can just watch the robots go farm. I guess I'll shift this. Actually, wait, let me see if there's anything here. Nothing. We re-roll. We have them collect our honey. Go over here. All right, you guys enjoy watching the farm for a little bit. I need to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. I should probably play some music so you guys are just listening to absolutely nothing. I have returned from fighting for my life. Crazy, bro. Hope not all of you guys left. That would not be great. All right, let me. Oh, we have new crop. Blech, sorry, I had a burp. We have new crop. Wait, let me put myself back on the screen first. Okay. We have new crops. So let's go plant this and then we can figure this crap out. Let's see, what do we have here? Do we need red oil? Because I think we're still. Oh, we still have red cabbage actually, which we definitely don't need more red cabbage. Cucumber. Oh, dude, I freaking love cucumbers, bro. Cucumbers are so good. Okay, we don't need red cabbage. We can do cucumber and then we can just completely clear this out here. All right, you guys still here? Are you guys ready? This is like the first proper React content we're gonna do on this channel. I was about to say potentially the first of many more, but I somewhat doubt that we're gonna do a ton of this kind of stuff. But I am considering like rewatching like Nintendo Directs and stuff on stream because or at least like, you know, on Farming Fridays, so that we have stuff to talk about. And again, because I would like to try and focus our attentions on various games and crap. Yeah, I'm very interested in this. Direct. There it is. I have not seen this yet. I will say though, seeing the protagonist is very interesting. All right, this is a direct, right? Yeah, this is a direct. You guys probably haven't even heard that this happened, if you don't care about Fire Emblem. Oh, you guys can't see anything because I didn't frickin' swap the screen. Good job, me. I'm a frickin' genius. I'm a professional. Ooh, I'm a professional. Oh, that's not it. There you go. Oh my god, I actually squeaked too. There you go. Now you can see what's going on.
Celebrate.
More freaky stuff.
Of this world's rightful ruler. At the advent of the underworld.
At the advent of the
We'll
underworld.
never win the battles ahead without them.
Interesting. Oh dang.
We need as many as we can recruit.
Is that the protagonist? Is the protagonist like the angelic person here? Okay. Oh. I think that was supposed to happen.
The Dagdan Empire, a land at the peak
That
of
sounds
prosperity under
very
the rule of the
familiar.
gods.
The Dagdan
In the
Empire.
capital city of Daxian,
Dagsian.
bustling markets, ports teeming with
I can't
trading
wait to
ships,
jump.
temples to the gods,
Does this have subtitles, I wonder? No.
and other establishments line the crowded streets. This is also where the heroic games are held.
Can't wait to play this game and every
Tribute
time I win a level
the
to tell
Empire's
people get
first
dagged.
and founding king.
The heroic games have begun!
It's said
Get
that
dagged
Solan,
on.
the current ruler, will grant one wish to whoever wins the games.
Okay.
Those vying for the prize hold strength.
We have Dagdo, where I'm from, of course,
and undying convictions. They
You know, the characters
refuse
with
to
mask over
yield.
their face don't matter.
The story revolves around 4 heroes who have entered the heroic games.
Okay, 4
Who you
heroes.
choose will determine how the narrative unfolds
Oh,
as
boy.
they fight for glory.
Kai.
Kai is a young boy living in the peaceful village of Ribera. On his 15th birthday, his father is imprisoned beneath Daxian for crimes committed.
Did he actually commit them though? He doesn't look very
In hopes of
upset.
a peaceful life as a family, he sets out with his childhood friends to win the heroic
Yo,
games.
wait, did
and
you see that? Wait, they actually have this rigged. They have the models rigged.
In hope
At the bottom left, the
peaceful
actual
life
models
as a
moving.
family, he sets
They
out
actually
with his
rigged them.
childhood
That's
friends
crazy with
to
live
win
2D.
the heroic games and save his father.
It was very simple, but still. Oh boy.
Dietrich, ever in search of a
Our
stronger
local
opponent,
hot
is
vampire boy.
attacked by an enormous monster while sailing a stormy sea.
Not actually, but still. Beautiful. Beautiful.
He then washes ashore in the foreign land of Dagda. This is where, between battling bandits and beasts, he learns of the heroic games. To slake his thirst for battle,
This guy's
Dietrich
eyes is
decides to
something
compete
else.
in the heroic games with new allies at his side.
That settles it. Time to hit the road. To Daxian.
Interesting. Look respectfully,
Hailing
chat.
from the kingdom of Ceramus in the south, Theodora represents a culture that worships the keeper of death and night, a goddess loathed throughout the lands. Swearing to restore the honor of her goddess and defend the faith of the people and the peace of her kingdom. Theodora leads her
We have
veteran
Shadowheart
retainers
at
into
home.
battle with the goal of winning the games.
Oh, it's a bard. Yo, this music though.
A young woman born into prestige.
I just like
and blessed
violins.
with musical talent. Lita is consumed by rage, following her father's murder at the hands of an unknown assailant. Having given everything to seek revenge, she eventually learns of the killer's plan to participate in the heroic games.
Alive! I will kill him.
To bring an end to the man who murdered her father,
What's
Lita
up?
heads to Daxian with supportive companions in tow.
What's up with like stories with like bards that are just like incredibly angry and want
I won't be
to
letting
wish
you
someone
take the
death?
victory today.
If victory is decided by conviction alone, then I think it shall not be up to you.
Oh boy.
I have burned to duel you, white-maned demon.
White-maned demon.
But I'm sorry. Failure is not an option for me either. But that's only because I don't have any choice!
Going
Matches
into
in the
each
heroic
match, you'll
games.
choose your party members and their initial placement on the field.
Oh.
Then let the battle commence. Each unit's movement range is shown in blue.
Interesting. So you don't.
And their
Wait,
attack
where does the main
range in
protagonist come into things? Or maybe
Once
there
all of
isn't
your units
like
have completed their actions, your
something like
opponent's
that.
turn
That'd be pretty
begins.
interesting, but I don't think that's the case.
You'll take turns moving and fighting across the map as you
Yeah, what idiot
engage
put the
in
archer there to
fierce
get
combat.
attacked by a spear person?
Victory includes
Did I just see a
defeating the
chocobo?
opposing leader
Oh, that's not a
among
chocobo, it's an
other
ostrich.
conditions.
Of course. A rideable ostrich.
The 4 heroes and their allies can utilize various means of attack.
Okay, durability is back. Makes sense.
Swords are
Does
straightforward.
Barrow play some heavy
and
metal
easy
on
to
guitar or
wield.
something instead of regular
Gauntlets
bard
make it
instruments? That'd be
easier to
sick,
evade
bro.
attacks.
Imagine they like show up with like a huge like freaking
Spears
microphone.
deal
They
massive
just
damage
bash
to
people's
cavalry
heads in while they're like screaming death metal or something.
Axes have low accuracy but high attack power.
We need a real elf
Bows
felt.
strike enemies
Or
at a
another elf
distance
felt.
and can deal fatal blows to flying units.
Yeah, let's have elf felt, but like not elf felt.
Magic is effective against foes with heavy armor. It can also heal or otherwise support allies in dire situations. There are also swords
This
that
guy's
call
name is
down
Pepe.
lightning, gauntlets that look like firearms, and
What
other
the
unique
frick?
weapons to find. look like
Ain't
fire.
no way this
There
nun.
are also swords that call down lightning.
Yeah, that's Levin's sword. Ain't no way this nun-looking lady
look
pulls
like
out the Glock.
arrows, and other unique weapons. to
Wait,
find.
that's freaking hilarious. The way she's like stands
Other
up
unique
afterwards.
weapons to find.
Like, look at this. It looks like she's holding this gun like it's a freaking sword or something. That is so funny.
Positioning is a
Be
key element of combat.
Can your tactics beat a freaking
When you
bullet?
strike within an enemy's range of attack, they might counterattack.
yeah, that's,
Consider attacking those equipped with close-range weapons from a distance, and get up close and personal against long-range opponents to avoid counterattacks. The terrain can also give you an advantage.
Yeah, okay. Terrain is still in the game.
While adjacent
I mean,
allies
obviously.
can receive buffs.
Okay,
Take
adjacent
advantage
stuff.
of the situation to control the battlefield in your favor.
Yeah, okay. Support buffs
Combat
makes
arts
sense.
are attacks unleashed at the expense of weapon durability.
Okay, durability. I mean, we noted that
Greater
earlier.
power,
And combat arts. Nice.
longer range, or other advantageous effects. So use them in decisive moments. There are also special moves that consume your soul in
Oh, boy.
exchange for power, called Blaze Arts.
Blaze arts.
Kai releases a burst of otherworldly power from his hand to cast flames in a wide area.
That is not a Glock, some variation on it. Well, I know it's not a Glock. I'm just like, you
to
know.
locations on the battlefield.
I mean,
that
to be
aren't
fair, I'm not
easily
very
accessible.
knowledgeable on guns. I'm just saying that was just like a
Theodora
reference.
uses
Don't
the
worry about
power
it.
inherited from her ancestors to rend the earth and hurl it at foes.
I'm allowed to be stupid, okay, Namco? But I appreciate
Summon
you
a
informing me that I'm
powerful
wrong.
monster
I appreciate
and
that.
more. These special moves can turn the tide of battle, but at the cost of the hero's health points.
Ah.
Additionally, if your allies
Interesting.
fall in battle,
I think I need a break.
you can turn back time.
Okay, makes sense.
After each move, you can rewind to any previous point in battle, so don't be afraid to rethink your strategy if things don't go as planned.
That's been like very typical over the more
Based on
recent
their
Fire Emblem
class,
games.
such as Shido, who are skilled with swords, Bardingers, who fight on horseback,
Interesting.
and
Okay.
Bishops, who use white magic. A unit's abilities can change dramatically.
I wonder if they're like more character-specific
The
classes, or they're
weapons
just
they can
specific to
wield.
this guy.
And their range of movement also vary. Classes are divided into beginner, specialty, and advanced tiers.
Yep.
Beginner
typical.
classes are the foundation. Gladiators excel in handling weapons. Diviners can wield magic.
Wait, I just realized that was a freaking parry, or is that just like a normal
Excel in
attack?
handling-
Like 0 into so it was just 0, no damage into okay, never mind. I thought I saw like a parry.
And
I was about to
Orneus
say,
riders can
that'd be
cover
crazy.
more ground. There are 5 beginner classes in all. Specialty classes have more specific abilities. Armored knights boast ironclad defense with heavy armor.
Yep.
Wing soldiers can leap obstacles and
My
cover long
favorite, my freaking
distances,
favorite class, by the way, are flying units in
while
this game.
charioteers can strike multiple enemies in a straight line.
Oh, that's
There
new.
are over 10 to attain. Advanced classes
I wonder if that's a
are
mastery skill to
masters
do.
of their skills. Cataphracts have the mobility of horses with the defense of heavily armored units.
Wait, this is music.
Guardians are skilled with both spears and white magic.
Wait, this is like
Plus
classic.
other classes that possess a combination of strengths. You'll also find the overwhelmingly powerful elephant riders.
Wait,
and
is this
other
universe
classes
in like
that
the same
fight
like
while
world as
astride
Ike?
giant
What
beasts.
game was Ike from? I forgot.
You defeat me?
That'd be freaking
Between
sick.
matches, you'll have time to get ready for what's to come. You'll receive some useful intel about your next opponent. So use this information while exploring Daxian, or venturing off to improve your team's prowess in battle.
Okay, there's a similar system to Three Houses.
So delicious.
Let's look at some of the things you can do in Daxian.
Yeah, okay, so it's pretty similar to Three
The Arena
Houses.
Plaza is where you can receive additional training once per week in the time between matches. As your skills improve, you'll learn new moves to use in battle and be able to wield increasingly stronger weapons.
That spear, one of those spears, is not like the other.
On match days, you can watch battles between other participants
I guess that's the
unfold
point. Don't worry
to
about it.
research your opponents.
Interesting.
At the shopping arcade, you'll
Shopping
purchase
arcade?
weapons and tools, or
Oh, like a
enhance your
marketplace. Why are they
weapons
calling it
using
an arcade?
materials you've collected. This temple row is watched over by a bronze statue of the divine sovereign and is home to 7 temples. Depending on which
7?
temple you volunteer in, you'll acquire a blessing to use in battle.
What the frick?
These provide effects such as a temporary stat buff, halving the damage you receive, and more.
Having? That's
Speak to an
freaking
exam
crazy.
proctor to take a certification exam. The chance of success depends on who's taking the test and the class they're aiming for. So be sure they have the necessary skills before applying.
Darcy's showing some of his chests. Seems pretty normal to me.
pleasure I see.
You can also
Attain the
receive quests from townsfolk.
Traveler.
Complete them by the given deadline to receive rewards.
Oh, okay, that makes
You
sense.
never know who might ask for your help.
help in this matter.
The Divine Sovereign? Why would someone of your stature be here?
Recruit.
You can also recruit powerful warriors you meet in Daxian.
Oh, wait. Interesting.
Even if they turn you away at first, try giving them gifts.
Appreciate it. The spirits.
Or invite
Yes,
them to
play
share a
visual
meal.
novels, man. Gotta get
That
them to
might
like
be
you.
enough to win them over.
You know,
At
Okay.
inns,
That's
not only
kind
can
of
you lodge
interesting.
and eat, but you can let time pass to gain experience and gather materials automatically.
interesting.
Good.
Characters who've grown close may converse and show their support to each other here too.
Oh, and can I get a raise? Then I'd be psyched to work even harder.
Thanks, Kai. I came here to say I was pulling for you, but it went the other way around.
As your journey continues, you'll gain
This is
access
very
to
interesting.
even more facilities.
Remember this for a long time to come.
I do like the idea of a
This
Fire
is the
Emblem game, though,
Pale
where
Raven's Perch,
you're not just playing like a
spot where
generic
mysterious
protag, you
white
know?
bird rests its wings. From here, you can swap to a different hero. Progress is saved for each of the heroes.
Wait,
so playing
what?
through all 4 of their stories in parallel is
You
an
can-
option.
Do that? That's pretty sick, actually.
When you venture outside of Daxian, you can explore areas across the continent. Time passes every time you move, so plan your expeditions carefully.
Why the frick am I playing Monopoly, bro? Or I guess like Mario
Visit
Party is a bit
towns to
closer.
purchase local wares,
Anything you'd like?
Yark milk.
gather information that could be useful on your adventure. Travel with your allies to improve everyone's abilities in battle.
Interesting.
Enemies will randomly appear on the
They have
world
like
map.
Octopath Traveler to Fire
When you
Emblem.
encounter one, a skirmish will begin.
I'm sure there are other games that have a similar system where you can like play multiple paths at the
Earn
same time.
experience points by felling your foes. You'll also find dungeons where you'll collect materials for strengthening weapons, along
Interesting.
with other treasures. When you encounter enemies roaming in a dungeon,
What the frick is that?
a turn-based clash that differs from normal battles
What
will
the
begin.
frick? I'm playing Dragon Quest.
In clashes, you can perform attack combos with your allies. Plus, each of the 4 heroes can use abilities that are unique to them. For instance, Dietrich can flush out enemies in hiding, while Theodora can recruit soldiers in towns and send out her assembled troops to gather materials. Or
This is crazy.
deploy them in battle.
I should be commentating more, yo. I feel like at this point I'm just watching the video, bro.
Need some help!
Okay, there
Make
are
the most of
battalions in
these
this game,
commands to enhance your power of battle.
so that's pretty interesting. Risk meets Fire Emblem. That's a pretty interesting way of looking at it, to be honest with you. There's some very interesting mechanics here.
Warriors, draw now
A lot of
upon
which
your
I
strength.
can't tell. I mean, it's the kind of thing that like we'll have to actually see played. Oh, that's the gun lady.
Stand upon the final stage. I shall grant whatever wish you may
Wait,
stand upon the
look at this guy rolling around like a dark. Dude, this guy's playing like he's a Dark Souls character. Look at this.
Upon the
Roll.
final stage. I shall grant whatever wish you may desire.
That just looked
So
very
say
strange to
I,
me.
The divine sovereign. That I vow to you.
I suppose since he's fighting a protagonist, it might as well be fighting against a Dark Souls boss from their perspective. Except they just cannot reset. That's their canon event. Put me to work. I love being a worker for capitalism. Well, you can join, Vision. I have it running down below because it's Farming Friday while I look at this Nintendo Direct stuff that's going on. Fire Emblem! Fire Emblem! Dang, I actually have to get a Nintendo Switch too now. Gosh dang it. Before they increase the price, which is like what, in like a month? Or something? Exclamation point join. Did you join? I can't actually look at the thing right now. I'll look at it later. I'm sure you can tell. If you're not, then I don't know what to tell you. My apologies, I guess. Oh frick, am I gonna get copywritten? Oh frick. Should I be scared of this? I feel like I should be vaguely terrified. They like, okay, let's go through this silently. Oh, Namco is also joining the farm. Let's go. You guys are here, right? Oh wait, Namco kept your color too. Actually, I don't know if you're supposed to be purple, but Vision is gold. Okay, music is playing. Why does this kind of look like older Sothis from Fire Emblem 3 Houses? 5 years after the heroic games.
Dagda faces its end at the hands of the revived demon god Balor.
Balor. Of course, it has to be Wyvern Riders. Wyvern Riders are freaking
Even
cool.
the
Why are
4
they always
heroes
seen as
who
evil?
played a significant role in the heroic
Wyverns are cool.
games have vanished.
They
To
vanished.
confront the situation, the progenitor god, Sothis,
Oh, it is so this.
calls down a single soul.
Interesting. Do nothing, consume vegetables. You're a robot. You don't need vegetables to eat. Don't be ridiculous now. Oh, that guy Omega died. Sup?
This is the story's true protagonist. You are given 2 choices. Face the forces of the demon god
dang.
Balor on your own.
A Fire Emblem protagonist
With
that
the
uses a
knowledge that
spear.
It's no easy task.
Interesting.
Or use the time-traveling powers of the goddess Fortuna.
Fortuna. I
to
also
change
like
the
to fight
fates of the
Fortuna.
4 heroes. You must carve your path in the hope of saving Dagda from destruction.
Spear
Those who
supremacy. I
join in
agree.
the
That's why I'm a
future will
lance main,
strengthen the
Vision.
might of your assembled forces.
To be fair, I'm only a lance main in
Is where
Wild,
your
but don't worry
story
about it.
begins. The end of the world at the hands of the demon
It's the
god.
closest you can get to a spear in Fire Emblem. Actually, I guess technically glaive is kind of a spear too. I know you play Glaive.
You walk.
You
The
dabble in
rest
Glaive.
is up to you.
Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave launches September 17th only on
I also
Nintendo
fight
Switch
for
2
Tuna.
system. Pre-orders
Tuna
are
is
available
great.
now on Nintendo eShop. The Fire Emblem
Wait,
Fortune's
when?
Weave Dagden collection, which Nintendo on the Nintendo
September 17th. Only in Worlds you're an insect glaive wielder. Interesting. Interesting. Not a true insect glaive player. That's fair. I get that. I mostly played Charge Blade in 4U, but I don't really like Charge Blade in other games. Actually, Gen was pretty fun. What would you do for a
Switch 2
tuna
system.
sandwich? I don't like tuna
Pre-orders
sandwich.
are available now on
I don't
Nintendo
like canned
eShop.
tuna all that
The
much.
Fire Emblem
That was actually
Fortune's
something
Weave
that bothered me a
Dagden
lot
collection,
when I was in
which
Spain.
includes a
Whenever you got like a
150-page
salad
art
in
book,
Spain, they would put
12
canned
character
tuna
art
in the
cards,
salad.
and more will
Like
be
I don't
available
want
the
canned
same
tuna.
day.
Like the only time I want like canned tuna is when I'm eating cup ramen. You
Plus,
know?
more Fire Emblem content will be
No Fire
available
Emblem on
following
Steam?
this
No.
presentation.
No Fire Emblem on
Nintendo
Steam. It is
Music, a
Nintendo
service that lets you
exclusive.
listen to
Most
Nintendo
Nintendo games are exclusive.
anytime, anywhere. Will be
On
updated
Nintendo.
with certain tracks from this game, including the main theme, later today.
If I do end up getting a Nintendo Switch 2 though, I am definitely getting
the
this
Nintendo
game.
Today smart device app, which
And,
brings you daily updates from
Canned
Nintendo.
tuna plus
You'll
mayo
receive
equals
a
salad.
new
I am
Fire
aware
Emblem
that
theme
canned tuna
beginning
plus mayo
tomorrow.
equals salad.
The app will
I'm just
also
not a
feature
huge
new
fan
information
of
about
tuna
Fire
salad.
Emblem
You
Fortune's
know?
Weave leading up to
Oh,
launch.
you're saying me saying I was eating a
also
salad
be a
with
new
canned
Ask
tuna
the
in it.
Developer article.
Okay, I see
Which
what you're trying to do.
developers
I'm
shared
sorry,
their
I'm
thoughts
stupid. It
about
took me a
working on
while.
this game on September 15th.
But that's not the kind of salad I was talking about. Like I'm talking about like a green salad with greens and like a bunch of like stuff. And they throw in canned tuna, and that bothered me. Why the frick? Polypuff? Why is leak stuff? This is private. Why is leak stuff showing up here? Yeah, so I'm actually wait. Let me get some music playing. Actually, now that I think about it, I should probably. Oh wait, we have access to more berries. Hell yeah. Always more berries. I guess I'll take the watermelon. Less water, I'm done. Less water for my watermelon? Say less. Okay, we have blackberries now. So we want to place some blackberries. I guess we can place them to the right of every single one of these drones, like so. All right. But yeah, so I have been thinking about getting a Nintendo Switch 2 for a little bit. It's expensive. I don't want to get a new system, but unfortunately to like get like the bigger new games, like I would like to get, you know, the Nintendo Switch 2. This is a Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive, for better or for worse. And I freaking love Fire Emblem, even though Engage was very disappointing. I was not a huge fan of Engage. Not to say I didn't like playing it. I think it's still a fun game. I just didn't think it was as good as like Three Houses, for example, or like Awakening. But this game I think has some interesting things that can be seen. So I am interested to see how this game goes, and I'm going to be playing it. I'll probably end up streaming it, to be honest, if I end up getting a Switch 2 and playing it, and if my capture card still works, because I haven't touched my capture card in forever. Maybe if next Valkyria Chronicles an exclusive on that system. Is Valkyria Chronicles 4? It's not a Switch exclusive. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, it's not. You can get it on Steam. Yeah. Have they even announced the Valkyria Chronicles 5? I'd be down to play Valkyria Chronicles 5. Valkyria Chronicles 5. No official announcement for Valkyria Chronicles 5. Darn. I liked playing 4. I have considered playing the older games as well, but Yeah, I haven't. For better or for worse. Okay, everyone's hard at work. Look at that. Look at all of us go. Just walking around, farming, doing our jobs. Oh, another crop. What we got here? Artichoke. That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, so we got rid of red cabbage. Next is red chili. Okay, so we can remove red chili for artichoke. And then we completely clear this out. There we go. Everything's fertilized too. I'm actually surprised that everything is kept fertilized, to be honest. By the way, we are filthy rich because we haven't been doing much. Let me spend everything really quickly. Okay, that's all done. We'll upgrade my berry bots. Oh yeah, I'll send you to upgrade this thing because it's probably the only bot I'm gonna be using to feed everyone. Okay, so what we need to do now is determine the size. So this thing can cover that much space. Do you have any thoughts on Big Walk? Oh yeah, that's the that's like the new game. Frick. What was the other game that they released? I remember I know that the developers of Big Walk have released another like fairly well-known, like a well-loved indie title. What was it again? What was it again? Untitled Goose Game. That's what it was. They released Untitled Goose Game. Yeah, no. Big Walk looks really interesting. I don't have many friends to play it with. I wonder if it is single player friendly. That's probably something you'll probably have to look into yourself. I know nothing about it. I know it basically as like, let me swap my screen. Actually, we're kind of done with this. Okay. I know of it as just kind of like a multiplayer experience. So I have no idea if the single player experience is at all valid or doable. But if it is, I mean, surely the game can't be more than $10, right? Surely it has. It has to be like one of the. Oh, it's $18. It's on sale though. For 14, not even $13.50. They say if you stray away, you walk 2. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know too much about it. I haven't seen anything about it. From what I understand, it's like supposed to be a pretty fun game, especially if you have people to play with. I like to play it. I bet there's some people I know that I can reach out to that'll play it with me. The problem is, are they the kind of people that will be able to play more than one session of it? Or will we play one session and then just never speak ever again? That's the question and dilemma that I'm going through right now. But it does look like a really funny game. A funny and fun game to play, so my thoughts are that I think it looks fun. I think it would be pretty cool if I had friends to play with, but I do not. That is actually something I've been thinking about, is like, I want to, in the Discord server, I want to set up like separate channels to like try and start facilitating like game nights. Not even just for streaming purposes, just like for fun. Maybe I could stream some in the future, but like The whole idea behind me looking for like an MMORPG that we could play together on was like to like was just like an idea for us to like do stuff instead of just like me streaming. Because I think the moments are like we actually do things, like the night where we all played I don't know if B1 and Carrots is still here, but the night where we got together and played Super Battle Golf was pretty fun. Unfortunate that only 4 of us showed up, but still, it was still a fun game to play, methinks. The main issue is like money, I guess. Yeah, the main issue with that is like trying to, you know, not everybody has like even I don't have a steady income either. So trying to like figure that out on top of everything is probably something that I have to keep in mind, generally speaking. But I'd like to like start facilitating that kind of stuff more in the future, if possible. But we'll just have to see. We will just have to see. Oh boy. Wait. It's like one thing in between, which means it would be this one. But that wouldn't like be able to cover all the ground I wanted to. So I probably have to put another fertilizer bot like over here somewhere. Unlucky. I have to like figure out how to do all this stuff. This is like really cool though. When I first started doing Farming Fridays, I didn't expect to see this many little guys walking around, but here we are. Vision and his golden body, just sparkling, still alive. Yeah, there you. Wait, where are you? You're like on the left side. Yeah, there you are. You're walking around. You're doing things. Fight? Yeah, no, that's not a command. Imagine you could though. That would be pretty funny. That would get a good giggle out of me. If you could just start scrapping with people in this game. I should look for like other games like this where we could just like do something chill while I talk, you know? I think Rusty's Retirement is like the pretty good game for this though. But yeah, so I've been considering getting a Switch 2. I remember like a while, like when I saw the Switch 2 was announced, my philosophy generally is when a new system comes out, the only way you would get me to get that, like purchase that system, is if you have like 3 games exclusively on that system that I like really want to play. 3. Right now, there's like 2.5. There's 2.5 on the Nintendo Switch that I really want to play. The first one, of course, is this Fire Emblem game that's coming up. Pokopia is another game that I really want to play. I'm very interested in playing Pokopia. And then third is a indie title called Orbitals. But it's half, because Orbitals I can't play by myself. It's a co-op game. Similar to like It Takes Two. I need someone to play with. I know exactly who I would like to play it with. The problem is they're definitely not gonna get a Switch 2 because that crap is expensive. So I'd have to like wait for them to come over, or we'd have to like play the game in person. And I don't know the next time I'm gonna see them. So, which is why it's a half. Plus it's like a small like indie-ish game. So that's not like enough of a reason for me. Fully anyways. So that's my current dilemma on that front. But right now there's 2 games, Pokopia and Fire Emblem. And then there's like some games that like look fun to play, but I'm not sure I'm willing to spend $70 to play it. like Mario Kart World, you know? Members that got Switch 2 don't get the Mario Kart as a bundle, a big letdown. I don't think that's a deal. I don't think they offer that anymore. I think that's something that they don't do anymore. That was like for a period of time after the Switch 2 release, but I'm not sure that's a thing they do anymore. But I wasn't necessarily planning on I'm not sure if I would get Mario Kart World anyways. The game looks really fun, don't get me wrong. I'm not willing to spend $70 of my own money to play it though. I'd be down if I got it like as a gift, or I'd be down if I got it on sale. But we all know when it comes to Nintendo, their games never go on sale, like never. Oh, what the frick? I'm like looking into, so how much is a Nintendo Switch 2? It should be like 400, 500-ish bucks, right? What the frick? Interesting. Why the frick is... Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna do that. You get a refurbished one for 400 bucks. You could get one for 450. Here's a deal. Okay, yeah, so it's $450. But you can get the game for 500. And you get a game of your choice. What's the game? Or what are the games that you can get though? Is my question. Pokopia. I could get so I could get the game for 500 bucks and then get Pokopia on top of that for 50. So I saved 20 bucks and I get to play Pokemon Pokopia, which I am incredibly interested. Holy frick, why are the controllers for this game for the Nintendo Switch 2 $100? What the frick? And I have to get a separate Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller? Ain't no way. Ain't no way. But yeah, this bundle is probably not not bad. Free shipping on orders $50 or more. Restrictions apply. Yeah, no, this, if I'm getting a Switch, I'm definitely getting that. There is like a Costco deal. There's a deal at Costco for the Switch. It's like 520 bucks. You get like a year's worth of Nintendo Online and then like a SD card. I don't remember how big the SD card is, but I remember it was like a sizable SD card. I don't know if it's worth like getting in the end. Reroll. Oh, whoops. I should probably plant some artichoke there. I have no idea what these seeds are. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I guess I'll let those grow as they are and then we'll figure it out later. But I do want to get a Nintendo Switch too. Before they hike the price up by what, like $50, 100 bucks? I forgot how much they're increasing the price by. But they are increasing the price of Switch 2s. Unfortunately. I do like the bundle they're doing though. You got to get a game of your choice for like $20 less. That seems pretty good to me. Seems pretty good to me. But like, I personally like getting all of my games like physical copies of my games if I can. I can't really do that for Steam, unfortunately. All that is digital. But if there's like anything that you can trust in the current day market, it's like Steam being pretty decent to their customers when it comes to their games. Steam's not a perfect, or Valve is not a perfect company, but they seem to have like a decent idea of like what to do in order to like, you know, they have like a pretty, they got a pretty close ear to the beating heart of the gaming sphere. So while I don't fully trust them, I don't feel awful like, you know, having the majority of my games under their banner. But if possible, I much prefer having physical copies of my games, just because it's just nice. It's just nice to have the physical copy. Yeah, you could lose it. Yeah, like things could happen to it, but it's just nice to like own the frickin' game, you know? The fact that like PlayStation made that like announcement that was like, we are no longer going to be making physical copies for games starting in what, like some point in 2027, end of this year. I don't remember the date. I just know that they made that announcement, and I was like, that freaking sucks. I'm sure there are plenty of people who don't care because it's like, or maybe not don't care, but there are plenty of people who doesn't directly affect, because quite a few people like the convenience of being able to purchase digital games or their games online and stuff, which is totally fair, don't get me wrong. But I think like it sucks that you don't even have the option. Like technically, if a game releases and it's fully digital, there's no way to get a physical copy of it, and like something like a Concord thing happens and it just gets completely pulled, like what the frick do, you know? You can't play the game anymore. I'm sure this has happened too. No, I know this has happened. That's why the whole Stop Killing Games initiative is was like such a huge thing, and still is technically. It's just not many people talk about it anymore. And I haven't really looked into it either. I have to upgrade my thingies. I need a fertilizer bot somewhere. This one can only reach so far, unfortunately. But also okay, so I have to move this water bot somewhere. Okay, so boom, boom, boom. I'll figure that out. But I'm also kind of why do I have to spend 450 bucks on a system just so that I could like play games I'm interested in, you know? I'm actually happy that like I kind of got my money's worth for the original Switch, because there are plenty of games that came out for the Switch like later on that I really enjoyed that were Nintendo exclusives, like you know, Fire Emblem. But there's a game called Unicorn Overlord that was really fun. I really like that game. That game was very, very fun to play. And I'm sure there are like other similar games, you know? There's a Shadowverse single player game that released, and like, holy frick, playing that game made me realize just how much I love TCGs. I played a bunch of Hearthstone when like that game first came out. I hit Legend one time off the back of Oil Rogue when that crap was really strong and broken before they nerfed a bunch of stuff about Oil Rogue. But like I hit Legend with Oil Rogue, very happy, very good, very nice, very nice. I also hit rank, not like number 1, but rank 1 with Face Hunter, just to prove to myself how stupid the deck is, and it was in fact very incredibly stupid. But like after like Hearthstone, and then like post Gizmos and Gadgets Hearthstone, I lost complete interest in, and I have yet to find a card game that like really fills the void. I played Shadowverse for a little bit, like when it first came out, and then I dropped it over time. The game like power level was insane. They actually recently did a reboot of Shadowverse with like slightly lower powered cards. I did play a bit of that. I even spent some money on it. Very, very fun game. I still dropped it in the end though. I actually don't know. Actually, I think I do know why. but in the end, I dropped it. I just like lost interest is all. And so I played Riftbound recently. I think Riftbound is pretty cool. The fact that it's like physical, mostly physical only. I think there technically is a digital way to play. I don't think you can play it like digitally randomly, you know? There's no like ladder or like there's no like system to be able to play. It's kind of like old Dueling Network, if you guys know. You guys probably don't even know what the frick I'm talking about. Holy crap. There's like an old website called Dueling Network where you could just go in. It was super scuffed. You had to do everything yourself. None of it was automated. But you could just like join lobbies with random people and play Yu-Gi-Oh! It's pretty fun, actually. I remember spending a lot of time building decks and then playing with my friends. It was pretty dang fun, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, we can throw in more cow. So we have normal brown cow. We have dairy white cow. We have brown cow, dairy white cow. We have blue cow. What kind of blue cow? Where's my blue cow? There's my blue cow. Can you turn around so I can see if you have spots? I can't tell. Whatever, it's fine. Now we have yellow cow. I think this is a cat house. I don't know where the cat is. The cat is somewhere. I just realized, is this the Roomba? I think that's the Roomba. Yeah, this is the Roomba. The poop Roomba. Okay, let's fully upgrade the bots in this corner. Look at the harvest spot go. Wait, I didn't even know the harvest spot could carry that many. What the frick? Dang. It can carry up to 5? Wait, I didn't know that. Crazy. Look at him go. You can play some of the older Yu-Gi-Oh games online on Steam too. Oh yeah, no, I am aware of this. I just am not interested in Yu-Gi-Oh anymore. Probably because like the deck that I used to play was kind of bullcrap. I'm not gonna lie. I played an archetype called Gusto. I don't think it's really good, but like in certain situations you can't. It's really stupid. It's great. Gusto is really funny. I was a fan of playing the Gusto deck. But yeah, no, Yu-Gi-Oh was fun. I tried to get into Magic. I think I'm getting into Magic like way too late, unfortunately. Because I have no idea what the frick is going on in Magic. The cards have just like paragraphs and paragraphs of information, and I'm just like, I just lose my mind, bro. I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. There's too much going on in Magic. What is this? Sweet potato. Sweet potato is amazing. I love sweet potato. It is never too late. I know it's technically never too late. It just feels like that is all. It feels like it's too late. I know it's not, but it feels like it is. That's all. If you want, we can duel. You're talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh! I used to play a lot beforehand. I was thinking more of Magic. It's a bit too late. Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know if I want to like spend the time and effort to relearn how to play it. A lot of things have changed, I'm sure, since I've last played it. And I am not super interested in like jumping right back into things. Magic? Oh yeah, no, Magic for sure I'm not gonna touch anymore. No more Magic for moi. Both games, I'm definitely not gonna jump right back into. Most definitely not. I wish like Legends of Runeterra was really fun when that game released a while back. I think Legends of Runeterra was really cool. Why did I drop Legends of Runeterra? I think the thing, I don't even know why I stopped playing Legends of Runeterra now that I think about it. Because I used to, I played the beta when it was like first announcing crap. I played the beta and I thought the beta was cool and I enjoyed it a lot. And I genuinely don't know why I dropped it now that I think about it. Huh. Yeah, no, I actually have no idea why I dropped Legends of Runeterra. But regardless, I haven't been playing Legends of Runeterra. Riftbound is pretty fun. There's no like way to play Riftbound online though, which, you know, I guess that's fair. I assume Riot is just trying to facilitate like a closer knit community for Riftbound, and they're making money. Like they're selling packs, so you know, good for them. I feel like if you have a large enough IP and you start like selling trading cards of your IP, it's like you're like guaranteed to make a decent amount of money, you know? If not like a ridiculous amount. It's an infinite money glitch. Not exactly, but close enough. Yeah, how the frick am I gonna fit everything here? What am I gonna do towards the end over here? I genuinely have no idea. Do I just like shove a bunch of random stuff in this corner? I have a lot of plots of land on the left. I'm probably gonna add a few more to the right, just like solely for the purpose of feeding the animals. That Zillions is great if you don't want to play online but still want to play some cards. I don't think that's necessarily my problem. I've never heard of this before. Is that Zillions? What the fudge? Oh, it's a deck builder game. Don't worry, I have my deck building like fulfilled with Slay the Spire. Slay the Spire more than makes me happy. Although this game does look interesting. I shall put this in my wish list. Unsure if I'll actually end up getting it, but it will go into my wish list. Okay, Steam. Zillions. $10. Cheap game. You know, if I'm gonna get a Nintendo Switch 2, it's gonna be sooner rather than later, right? Like I'm probably gonna get one relatively soon if I'm gonna get a Switch 2. So like, with that said, how tilted would you guys be if I go from streaming Palworld to streaming frickin' Pokemon Pokopia? From one game where I don't do anything to another game where I don't do anything. I feel like with how like boring those games must be to frickin' watch, like I'm gonna get shot, bro. Maybe that's like a bit unfair, but still. I think it's funny. What are you doing now? I mean, I'm currently playing through Palworld. If you're doing like right now, I mean, this is the stream for today. The stream and Dark Souls, I guess. I'm still not sure when I'm gonna get back into it, just because I really want to get through Palworld. But I feel like Palworld is gonna take me forever to get through with how long I'm spending on just production. So I'm gonna need to like somehow streamline my bases, which I'll probably do in my own free time. I'm not gonna do that on stream. I'll probably show it off on stream, but I'm definitely gonna continue streaming Palworld. Dark Souls, we'll see. one of three things is gonna happen with Dark Souls. Okay, one is that I will finish up Palworld and then I'll go back to finish up Dark Souls. Two is that I will finish up Palworld, or in both of these scenarios it would be like either I finish Palworld or I'm playing Dark Souls in between, right? I start playing Dark Souls again, I like slowly get like a little bit tilted with it, or like I just like get bored with it and I stop playing. Okay, the third is I never play Dark Souls ever again. I just like forget or lose interest, and then I just like never touch Dark Souls. And then the next time you see me touch a Dark Souls game, it's gonna be like Dark Souls 2 or 3, because I realize I've given up on Dark Souls 1. Is there an end game in Palworld? I've heard there's a decent amount of end game, but for the purposes of streaming, I'm mostly gonna focus on just like the main story. And if I really love the game and I figured I'm not gonna do too much production stuff at that point, then I'll probably play all the end game on stream too. Like, I'm kind of struggling, to be honest, on like what I should do on stream right now. I think like the fact that I have farming Fridays, funnily enough, kind of like helps a little bit, because I can just like sit and not do anything, you know? I'm not like burning through content. I'm not very content brain in the first place. It's like something I was kind of thinking about, because I've started talking with my friend Okuririn. Great guy, great streamer. If anything, he's really content pilled. Like he a lot of the stuff he does for streaming is to grow as a streamer and to like make clips, like do content. There's nothing wrong with that either. Like if he wants to do it, like good for him, man. Like go get your accomplishments and clips and whatever. But he's like very it's like very much so in the forefront of his brain when he's streaming is to like make those moments happen. While for me, I'll do it, but like less so for the clip and more so for the meme. If that makes sense. Like I do it because it's funny to me, not necessarily because I'm trying to like force something to make things like forcefully funny, if that makes sense. Like I'm not trying to uphold myself in such a way where I'm like, hee hee ha ha, guys, look at this, clip that. Let me like make a short of it. Like making shorts is already like such a big freaking pain. I don't want to do that, man. Rather, I'm much more in the mindset of streaming is just something fun for me to do. I'm not gonna force myself to do anything. If cool stuff happens, like, you know, cool. And if they don't, they don't. My streams will be boring some days, and some days it'll probably be a bit more interesting. For better or for worse. Probably mostly for the worse now that I think about it. Just because with this kind of style of streaming, there's no world I don't think I'm going to be doing. I'm never gonna like reach 50 plus, not even like 15 plus viewers on my stream, unless I like decide to sit down and try, like, you know, start networking, doing stuff and whatever. And honestly, that's kind of okay with me. I'm not trying to make a big deal out of streaming. This is just something I do for fun. Take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. And clearly, like, it's interesting enough because you guys stick around. Well, sometimes. I notice when I play Palworld, nobody speaks to me. Not that there's anything. I don't expect it, to be honest. Not that I expect it. But yeah, that's like, I need to like stop talking about that kind of thing. But yeah, at the very least for now, I still have a list of games to play for the future on stream. Pretty big variety too. Well, sort of. I say that and I'm thinking of Ni no Kuni and what the frick was the other game? Digimon Cyber Sleuth, the second story to Cyber Sleuth, because there's two different main stories to Cyber Sleuth. So I'm very interested in playing Cyber Sleuth, because I heard the second story is like better than the first. And while I don't think the first story is like incredible, I still enjoyed it. I don't think it was that bad. So there's those two games. There's Dead Space 3. I think the reason I've been putting off playing Dead Space 3, not because I'm scared of it, but because of other reasons. Sorry about that. Yeah, Dead Space, right? The mindset must return. Yeah, the reason why I've been putting off Dead Space 3 is not because I'm scared of it or anything. I mean, I played through Dead Space 1 and Dead Space 2. I kind of have an idea what to expect when it comes to Dead Space 3. Although I heard they like changed a bunch of how Dead Space works in Dead Space 3, generally speaking. Part of the reason why I've been putting it off though is because I know Dead Space 3 is a co-op game. And I think a part of me is putting it off, hoping I can find somebody who's also in the same position as me, which is someone who has played Dead Space 1 and Dead Space 2, but hasn't played through Dead Space 3. And so I can co-op play through Dead Space 3. Because I think everybody that like I could ask to play Dead Space 3 with me are either people who haven't played the first two games yet. And I know one of them will never play the first two games because they don't want to play the game alone and they're single player games. I have Assassin's Creed, Tomb Raider, Thief, Hitman series to play. Ooh, that's a solid list of games. How is Dead Space? As someone who is not a huge fan of horror games in general, I like the game, but not. I like the story and the atmosphere. I freaking hate the gameplay of those games. I'm not a huge fan of the gameplay of survival horror. You have to kind of get me with like everything else. And Dead Space does a pretty good job. I think I can see why people like Dead Space 2 more than Dead Space 1. I'm not going to spoil anything, but all I'm going to say is that the gameplay in Dead Space 2 is better, but the story is worse. I think the characters are slightly better in Dead Space 2 than Dead Space 1. Slightly. With some, like, differences. But I think it's a fun game. And it's pretty short, too. It's like, it took me, what, 12 hours to beat Dead Space 1? 12-ish hours? 12, 15-ish hours. And I played it on a hard mode, I think. Did I play it on hard mode or normal? I think I played it on hard because I freaking hate myself. Unfortunately, I don't have the VOD for me playing Dead Space 1 because I played it so long ago. It was during the period of time where I was not saving my VODs. I only started saving my VODs like last year. And this is what, my 4th year streaming? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is my 4th year streaming. And I only started saving my VODs like last year. So I'm missing quite a few of my VODs when I first started streaming, including Dead Space 1. I do have my Dead Space 2 VODs though, somewhere. But yeah, Dead Space 1, I think I prefer Dead Space 1 over Dead Space 2, but I understand why people like Dead Space 2 more. The gameplay of Dead Space, the gameplay is slightly better. But yeah, I'm currently waiting out Dead Space 3. But at this point, I think I've reached a point where I'm probably just going to play it solo. Because because I have the game. I might as well freaking play it at some point. I don't think I'm ever gonna find somebody who has not played Dead Space 3 but has played through Dead Space 1 and Dead Space 2 in the year of our Lord 2026. Unless like I somehow convince someone to play Dead Space 1 and Dead Space 2 and they're willing to like play Dead Space 3 with me. I don't know many people who are interested in doing that though. Or like someone who like hasn't seen or played through Dead Space 3. I know somebody who watches a lot of playthroughs of horror games because they can't stand playing them themselves. But they watch other people play it. But like, yeah, horror games is such a smart angle to go through for when it comes to like streaming in general. It's like the type of games that like anyone can hop in and get an idea of what's going on and be entertained and like, you know, just like watch and have fun with it. If you like market yourself as a horror game streamer, like no matter what game you play, you're going to be attracting like the same niche player base and stuff. Amnesia Bunker was good. I haven't played any of the Amnesia games, but I haven't played a ton of horror games in general. It's a genre that, like I told you before, Namco, and you've told me before also that you're gonna change that. I haven't played any of the Resident Evil games. I've not played a single Resident Evil game. I don't think I would like them though. As I said, I'm not a huge fan of survival horror in general. I still liked Dead Space, but that's just because I like the story and the characters and the atmosphere. Like, God, the atmosphere in Dead Space is so good. So good. They do such a good job with it. I'm sure like Resident Evil is similar. I mean, I know like the characters are great, the story is great, there's like a bunch of good things about Resident Evil and all that. I just don't know. I'm just not a big fan of the formula and like the expectations of playing through a survival horror. And I think it's fine when I'm playing through Dead Space because Dead Space is a little bit more action orientated compared to like specifically Resident Evil 2. I know Resident Evil 4 is more action orientated, but my brain is weird. I feel like if I'm going to play Resident Evil, at the very least, I want to start with Resident Evil 2, you know? Different game, can't compare. I know, like a bunch of horror games are extremely different from one another. Just like survival horror in general for me is not like a huge thing. Like I tried Darkwood. I'm not a fan of Darkwood. I like exploring games at my own leisure. Games like Darkwood that like basically test, like it's also the reason why I can't play any of the old like Atelier games, because those games have like time limits to them, to like how you're supposed to explore and do things. It's also one of my biggest gripes with one of my like with a game that I really enjoyed called Potionomics. It's a potion making game. There's like a huge time limit to the game, which makes a lot of sense. It makes the game difficult and stuff, but it's not a roguelike, you know? And in some scenarios, like you're just boned if you can't like craft the right potion and like in time. They added an endless mode, which basically removes the timer altogether, which is nice, don't get me wrong. But I freaking loved playing Potionomics, but the reason why I stopped playing was because the timer was just kind of annoying. I wish I had more time to like, I understand like the sense of urgency is supposed to be good, and I'm like, I can't say I don't like urgency in games I play, but I like urgency when it's like within short bursts, you know? Take like, if I've actually, horror is like the perfect example for this, right? So like, let's talk like general horror, right? Let's say the situation is different when you're in a chase sequence, right? If I'm playing, what the frick is that game series called? Poppy Playtime. The very first chapter, you're being chased by Huggy Wuggy through like the vents and crap, the big monster, you know? That is totally fine for me because like the sort of pressure that is put on you is like within a very small period of time, right? And it like, that sort of sense of urgency, like, gives a lot more to that single moment. But if like the game gives you like a 20-30 minute time limit, or like in game, like you have to do X thing until day 7, you know? Okay, actually, I think Five Nights at Freddy's is not a good example. I think that's kind of resource management. That's a different thing altogether. But like the moment that like everything you do feels limited and that you have to do things like in a certain order and you're gonna miss out on stuff, all because like you have a time limit for something, it like adds something. It adds like a sense of constant urgency to everything I'm doing in the game, and I just it like takes away my enjoyment a ton. I think actually this is one of the reasons why I cannot get through Persona, because Persona 4, at least, I don't know about Persona 5 and Persona 3, but I assume it's similar. Those games have like a time limit, right? And it's a very generous time limit. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying at all that they're not generous with it and they don't give you the time, and that like, no. They give you a lot of time to do the stuff that you need to do. But the fact that it's there at all, I think, is what puts a little bit of like a needle prick in the back of my brain that kind of takes away a little bit of my enjoyment of playing Persona. And I know some people that are gonna freaking punch me in my butt or my, like, you know, my crotch or something, my face, and like, you know, tell me I'm being stupid, because they're right. I am being stupid. But like, I don't know, man. That's just how I feel, I think. I'm just weird like that though. Because my, like, when I play games, I like chilling, doing things at my own leisure. If I'm missing something, it's fine. If I miss something and it's like something that I can pick up later, it doesn't matter that much, that's totally fine, because I miss things all the freaking time. When I played Subnautica, I missed the compass, which was kind of important to figuring out where certain things are, and that kind of pissed me off. I had to have someone tell me where to find the compass, because I was scared if I looked it up, I would get spoiled or something. And in the end, I ended up dropping Subnautica because I just couldn't do it anymore. That game is... I'm actually upset with myself that I couldn't finish Subnautica, because I think the game is amazing, but I couldn't figure out where to go. The game was like, go here, or like the game is like fairly like generic when it comes to like where you're supposed to go and do things, and I couldn't figure out where to go and like what to do. Am I stupid? Yes, I am. And that's the problem, is that because I'm stupid, I can't enjoy these games that don't tell me what to frickin' do. I've played through games that are fairly, or it's the reason why I can't play through open world games. The reason why I dropped Elden Ring is because I couldn't find the frickin' map. I couldn't find the map. You're supposed to find it. You're supposed to pick it up somewhere. It's like in one of the beginning areas. It's really easy. I never found it. I didn't pick it up. So my map is just boned. It's just screwed. I don't know where the frick I am. I got all the way to the academy and I stopped playing. I spent hours fighting Margit and Godric, and I was having a fantastic time fighting them. But the moment I had to explore and do things, like, holy frick, did I want to like punch my monitor. Actually, not really, but like, I was like so annoyed, so incredibly annoyed by what was going on, that I was like, freaking, like, screw it, man. I'm not playing this anymore. The moment you give me the boss in like a Souls-like game, I'm happy. Like, I am mad chilling the moment you put the boss in front of my face, and I could just keep challenging them over and over again. That's my favorite part of playing a Souls-like game, is challenging the boss over and over again until I can figure it out and beat it. My least favorite part of Souls-like games is exploration and trying to figure out where the frick the bosses are. I think that's part of the reason why I like Metroidvania Souls-like games more, such as Salt and Sanctuary, Ender Lilies / Ender Magnolia, Hollow Knight, Silksong. Because even though I get lost, I don't know where the frick to go. The game's a lot more linear in the directions that you can go. Like, you know exactly where to go and like what spaces that you haven't explored. Hollow Knight and Silksong a little bit less so, because those games have like hidden breakable walls and stuff, but like there's like visual indicators for that kind of thing. So like it's a lot easier for me to navigate places and find where I need to go, and I get to get to my favorite parts of those games. I like exploring stuff, don't get me wrong. I think Genshin Impact has a really cool thing. Later games indicate the areas explored or not, like Souls-like games. I'm sure they do. But like playing through like Salt and Sanctuary, for example, or playing through Dark Souls 1, neither of those games have a map. Okay, to be fair, I don't even think I checked for a map in Dark Souls 1. I just assumed they didn't have one. But Salt and Sanctuary didn't have a map, and that was like one of my least favorite things of playing through that game. No, those Metroidvanias. Yeah, that is true. They do have that, which also helps a lot. A lot of Souls-like games don't necessarily do that. It makes exploration so much easier for me and so much more enjoyable, because I like exploring. I'm just not good at it. That's what I need people to understand. I like doing the exploration. I'm not good at it though. I missed the map in Elden Ring. I missed the compass in Subnautica. I missed like what else? What other dumb things I missed? I know there's like a bunch of random I missed a couple of bosses and like early game bosses in Expedition 33. I'm freaking stupid. And sometimes like in the D&D community and TTRPGs, there's like this whole thing about railroading. Like some people freaking hate railroading and stuff. Railroading being like when the DM basically like forces you down like certain paths to like do things because they have this whole adventures and like stuff planned, but sometimes players don't want to do those things. Like they want to pursue their own stuff. Both sides are valid in their own ways. Which is why I usually have to strike like a very careful balance or figure out like where your players are at, and as a DM try and like, you know, play the middleman to a certain degree. Because at the end of the day, playing those games is, you know, for fun. You play games for fun. Well, I play games for fun. I know there are like some people who play games to win. Or people who play games like to improve, to get better, you know, that kind of stuff. Like competitive games are pretty up there for that kind of line of thinking. But for me, I like playing games for fun. And the moment like something about a game becomes somewhat frustrating or I get annoyed with it, I just don't have the space to want to continue playing it. And I think that's okay. I try not to drop games whenever possible, but there are some games that I'm like, I just can't do it anymore. I gave it a fair shot. I played Elden Ring. Like I gave Elden Ring 3-4 streams. I fought Margit freaking naked. I spent like 2 or 3 hours fighting Margit the Fallen. I was definitely underleveled, undergeared, and I still eventually killed Margit, and it felt amazing. And then I fought Godric the Grafted, and like it was so much easier. I just couldn't do it anymore. I just couldn't do it anymore. That's it. I'm kind of in the same boat with Dark Souls 1. The exploration is annoying, and there are just like no bonfires. I've lost all my souls multiple times, but like that actually doesn't bother me that much. I've done that so often that like losing like tens of thousands of souls, like that's like another Tuesday playing games for me, because I'm freaking butt. But going back to the railroading bit, sometimes I want to be railroaded. I want to be told what to do, like where to go, what I'm capable of, you know. Dark Souls 1 is all about exploration. Yeah, and it's great. The moments where I'm exploring exploration, what's wrong with me? I'm exploring Dark Souls 1 and just finding random bullcrap. Like, Dark Souls 1 is cool. It's a cool, interesting game. But it's not for me. It's just not for me. I still want to keep trying. I think I have one more stream in me. I gave it 2 streams. I think I can give it a third. I think we'll see if I can give it a 4th. We'll see if I can give it a 4th. I have to freaking figure out a bunch of stuff. I think I'm already lost as part of the issue. I don't know where to go. I'm about to freaking run it down in the Valley of Drakes, or where the frick it is, and just dying to the drakes there over and over again. I don't know, man. That's the only direction I got. Oh, that's not the only direction. I could also go down to the area where I died to the ghosts. There's like ghosts down below. I could go down there. I don't know, man. There's like... I gotta figure something out with Dark Souls 1, because I think I've reached the point where I no longer have like an idea of where I'm supposed to go, and I'm struggling out here. I am struggling. That's probably just the normal Dark Souls perspective. I think if I played games like the more recent, like Souls Light, not the Souls like games, what the frick was that, like Berserker game? Berserk, it's not Berserk, it was something. Kazan, that's what it's called, Kazan. I'm sure like Kazan would be pretty interesting. I'm sure Black Myth Wukong would be pretty fun too. Even Code Vein 2, which I from what I understand is just completely different from the original Code Vein. But I liked Code Vein because it railroaded me, and it let me fight the bosses. It let me fight the bosses. And that's all I cared about when I played Code Vein. There's no real chance for you to miss bosses in Code Vein because it's very linear. And you know what? People say they didn't like how linear Code Vein is. I liked how Code Vein was linear. Drop it like it is hot and move on. New Izaloth will break you. New Izaloth? Izalith? What the frick is Izalith? Oh, it's a freaking Dark Souls thing. Okay, never mind. I'm stubborn is the thing, Namco, though. As I said, I'm willing to give it a 3rd stream. I think Dark Souls atmosphere is interesting. I have no idea what the frick is going on, what I'm trying to do, who I'm killing, and it's very interesting to me. You know, I think the atmosphere of Dark Souls is really interesting. It's just the gameplay that just makes me want to tear my hair out. But I'm also too stubborn and prideful to just look it up, you know? I want to play it. So I'm giving it a 3rd stream. I don't know when I'm gonna do it though, because I'm currently in the Palworld. I'm in the Palworld system right now, so I have to get that out of my system first. And then we'll see. But I am struggling with Dark Souls, I'll tell you that much. I think that my problem is that most of the kind of games I would like to play on stream aren't very good streaming games. Like, I want to play Ni no Kuni. I don't think Ni no Kuni is a very good stream game. I think the only like slow JRPG type games that like are worth playing on stream are either like pretty old but like beloved RPG games, because like those type of games a lot of people have seen, you know, like have like already played through them themselves or know what's going on. So like Final Fantasy VII, Chrono Trigger, Dragon Quest 3, those type of games. I think those like art type of RPGs are pretty good. Pokemon is pretty good because you don't necessarily need to know what the hell's going on story wise. Pokemon story like doesn't mean anything. Scarlet and Violet, I think the story actually kind of matters, kind of. I still stand by my opinion that Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are probably objectively the best Pokemon games. They have like a very good dex. A lot of people like, or I don't know about a lot of people, but like, I think the Scarlet and Violet dex overall is one of the best overall Pokédexes in the entire game. There aren't that many Pokemon in that dex that are like not good or like people don't like. There are a lot of good Pokemon in the Scarlet and Violet dex. I think it has the best story, by far the best freaking story in the mainline Pokemon games. Like all the freaking main story of Pokemon freaking sucks butt except for Black and White. And Black and White is like not super great either, but it's fine. But Digimon is too story focused. I think Digimon has cool like Digimon, you know? But I think Digimon is too story focused to be like a good stream game. And the reason why is because, I mean, I played Cyber Sleuth. It took me how many streams? Like 6 to 8 streams to finish Cyber Sleuth. If anyone were to drop in to me playing Digimon Cyber Sleuth, they would have absolutely no idea what the frick is going on. The most I can do to like draw people in is, wow, look at this cool Digimon. And that's it. That's all I got. Now, I think as an adult, to a certain degree, I think I would prefer Digimon games over Pokemon games. But I think because Pokemon has no real story, that it's fine to like stream those kind of games. Digimon, like slow story focused games in general, just like don't do super well. There's a reason why competitive games do way better on Twitch, and it's because it's really easy to just hop in and know exactly what the frick is going on. If you've never seen a game of Counter-Strike in your life, if you've never seen a game of Valorant in your entire life, if you've never seen a game of like, what else is at the top? Like Rocket League in your entire life, yeah, you'll be a little bit confused on what the hell is going on, but there's still impressive enough things going on screen that it can still hook you. And as a streamer, it is so easy to build upon moments that happen in competitive games because they're extremely spontaneous and exciting. In an RPG, there aren't like a ton of interesting, exciting things that can happen that you can build your image on, for better or for worse. There are some things you can do, don't get me wrong, and there are some moments that you can build off of. But in the end, I think generally speaking, they don't do incredibly well. I think they're a lot better as like YouTube Let's Play topic, like gameplay stuff over like a proper stream. If I really wanted to like just sit down and like do my best to actually grow as a streamer, what I would actually do, I would drop everything I'm doing, literally everything I'm doing. I would buy Marvel Tokon. And then I would stream the hell out of Marvel Tokon, and I would make videos and shorts of me playing Marvel Tokon. And I would try and differentiate myself as like a VTuber who's learning how to play Marvel Tokon and like slowly getting it over time, you know? We'll also maybe like uploading like tutorial videos or something, you know? Am I gonna be as good as like Justin Wong or like, you know, top tier players who have been playing fighting games for like many years? Probably not. Definitely not, actually, I don't think. But I can probably try and differentiate myself as someone who's trying to learn how to play the game, market myself as such, as like trying to like play as like someone who's learning how to play fighting games in general, and then go from that. I think that would actually be the best angle for me right now if I wanted to grow as a streamer. Because it gives me direction. Fighting games are pretty cool to watch, even if you don't know what the hell's going on. And like, it's pretty easy to explain what's going on screen as well. And it's a new game. I think when a new game releases and like it's gonna be big, or you have a feeling that that's gonna garner a decent audience, it's a good time to try and grow yourself. You know what is hard? Hearts of Iron, Crusader Kings. Any other grand strategy game, although CNC Generals can be fun. Oh yeah, no. RTS. If it's not like a commentating thing for an RTS game or grand strategy, like Forex strategy, like Civ Myers, like Civ, that kind of stuff, that stuff is extremely hard, especially single player. That crap is extremely hard to pull off. I think RTSs actually have it a little bit easier because there's a lot to like, especially if you're playing something like Age of Empires, which has like a very loyal, like small but loyal and niche audience. Because as a variety streamer, that's kind of those are the kind of people that I'm trying to hit, are the people who are passionate about the games that I'm playing. I draw them in to like watch the stream, and then from there it's like trying to get them to keep coming back for me as a personality. That's kind of like how a variety streamer does things. And it's also why it's way easier to stick with a game and play it, you know? I would probably have an easier time growing as a streamer if I just stuck to a competitive game and just playing that, you know? It doesn't even necessarily have to be like a huge game. Like I don't have to like stick with League or Valorant. It can be like at like Tokon, 2XKO, something like that. As long as there's like a dedicated fan base for it and you know people are gonna want to watch it, it's a good idea to like stick with it. Because people who come back don't necessarily have to come back because of you as a personality. They're coming back because of the game that you're playing. And if you keep playing the same game over and over again, and the same people find you over and over again, eventually you could like reach them through exposure therapy. When's the CS stream? If I find 4 other people who are willing to play CS with me and carry me. I've never played Counter-Strike in my entire freaking life. I have played TF2, funnily enough. And I have played like Valorant. Valorant has been like my first ever FPS. If you want to count single player games, it's my second, actually 4th ever FPS. Because I guess I've played like Halo and Call of Duty at friends' houses. And before that, I played Metro. But I've never like actually owned and played a shooter before. And it's also why I suck at shooters. I'm so bad at them. Imagine I became a Valorant streamer. That would be freaking hilarious. Holy frick. I don't think I could stick with a single game for that long though. Even like 2XKO, I cannot see myself streaming 2XKO every single time I stream, you know? I freaking love that game. I'm not streaming it every single time I stream. Don't be freaking ridiculous. I like the game plenty. CS Condition 0 is single player. I have never heard of this. What? Counter-Strike 0 Condition. Condition 0. Same as Counter-Strike, but not with a single player mode. Just regular matches against. Oh, interesting. Well, so you want me to play freaking Counter-Strike Condition 0 on stream? Is this my next oh god. This is my next project. I feel like if I'm gonna play an old like shooter, like single player first person shooter like this, I would rather play like Half-Life. Or if we're removing first person entirely, I'd rather play a Metal Gear, because that's also on my list of games. Or Mass Effect. No, but it is full of bad jokes. And that's all we care about, isn't it? We only when we play games, we only need bad jokes. Half-Life is amazing, so I've heard. I would like to play Half-Life 1 and Half-Life 2 at some point. I've heard a little birdie has informed me that I could play Half-Life 1 and Half-Life 2 multiplayer in Gary's mod. I think that would be very very funny. but also I feel like that one I feel like I should at least play the game like single player first and like actually see it for what it is. My only impression of Half-Life is that I heard the final boss of Half-Life 2 is like the worst thing in the entire world. But like I played Dead Space. It can't be as bad as the bosses in Dead Space. Deus Ex is cool. System Shock. That sounds extremely familiar. Huh? What? Did I say something? Did I say that wrong? Oh, I've seen this game before, I think. Was Half-Life 2 Last Boss really that hard? No, I didn't hear it was hard, just that it was like very annoying. I don't know too much about it, so take my, I mean, I've never played the game, take my words with a grain of salt. From what I understand though, Half-Life 2's like final boss was just like a big bullet sponge that took like a long time to kill or something, but it wasn't hard. Or was I thinking of Half-Life? Maybe I'm thinking about something else. I thought it was Half-Life 2 though. I like list of games. Like I also want to play through Metro 2033 because I played the first Metro. Yo, I just realized I played the first Metro game on stream like 3 years ago. I genuinely cannot freaking remember most of the details in that game. I remember some details and like some things I did in that game. Dang, I might have to replay Metro if I want to get back into the Metro series. One of my roommates back in college was like telling me how freaking amazing Metro is as a game series, and they're the one who actually got me to start playing Metro in the first place. So I ended up finishing the first game on stream. There's like 2 other games though in that series. I'm very interested in playing the other 2. I think Metro was pretty cool. Metro was very cool actually. Have you seen Observer? It has that cyberpunk feeling. I have never even heard of this. Observer System Redux? Oh. Watch trailer. I'll do it later. I won't do it here. It says it's rated M. Actually, that probably doesn't matter because I've played frickin' Helldivers on stream. Surely you can't get more gory than frickin' Helldivers. Wait, I've played For Honor on stream before, now that I think about it. Holy frick, I forgot that I streamed For Honor one time. That was such a long time ago. Holy frick. Dude, I forgot about For Honor. That game's so... What's the right adjective here? I was about to say fun, and then I had to remember back to me actually playing the game. But it was fun. I enjoyed it a lot. It was something. For Honor was something. It's a unique, one-of-a-kind game that I don't regret like getting into, but holy frick was that game something. It was something. It was crazy. Yeah, I think that's the best way I could put it. For Honor was something. It was something. Replace the SO like so and just turn it into something. That game had some crazy gore and stuff. Observer System Redux. As an observer, you invade minds to hunt for clues. You will sift through corrupted memories to track down a mysterious killer and confront your own dark past. A horrifying but brilliant marriage of sci-fi and horror. Is this the game you're talking about? Released in 2020? Oh. Pale man with dark red lips. Ray tracing HD. You know, there's like something weird going on if like in the trailer the thing they try and sell you on the game is the fact that it has HDR, ray tracing, like all these random things. Like that's not what draws people to play games for the most part. How many? I wonder, like, okay, I know there are people, that's a big pigeon. I know there are people who play games because like the graphics are really good, but I don't think someone looks at a game and is just like, wow, the graphics are so good, I have to play it, you know? They added that layer later. I don't know who the frick that is. Who is Rutger Hauer? Who is this guy? A Dutch actor that he was in Blade Runner. Interesting. He was named by the Dutch public as the best Dutch actor of the century. Is this like a frickin' Chris Pratt is in the Mario movie moment? I shouldn't say that because the Mario movie was actually kind of fun to watch, but like, is this like, oh, we have this like amazing voice actor in this movie, you have, or in this video game, you have to play it now? Is that what's going on? Chris Pratt is playing Mario in the Mario movie? Jack Black was kind of hyped though. No? Oh, okay. There are only so many games I'm like excited for right now, like upcoming games. I know everyone's waiting for GTA 6. I'm waiting for Anemo. Another creature collector similar to Palworld. I'm waiting for a freaking Anemo. Maybe I should become a gacha game streamer. Oh wait, no, never mind. That crap is freaking expensive as hell. Unless I start like bring home some money. I show up. I'm like, hey guys, Wuthering Waves. Actually, I don't even. Wuthering Waves is not my first choice. I think I would rather play Arknight's Enfield. Yo, Arknight's Enfield. This game's hype. It's dope. Watch me do all this endgame content, yo. Here's a video of me pulling, like spending thousands of dollars and not getting the character I want outside of pity. Waiting for Metal Gear Solid 4 and Delta on PC. They released, wait, which Metal Gear was it that they recently remade? Or they remastered, sorry, and put on Steam. Which one was that? It was Snake Eater, right? Which game is Snake Eater? Was that 2 or 3? It's 3. Okay. For some reason, they put Metal Gear Snake Eater as Metal Gear Triangle, which I guess has 3 sides. So I guess that's Metal Gear 3. I need to play through Metal Gear. That's another game series I need to play through. I need to play through Mass Effect, which I'm perpetually stuck in the first, like, having almost finished the first game. I'm like on the verge of finishing it, but not quite. Or did I finish it? I generally can't even remember. I feel like this is something I should remember though, let's be honest. Let me in. Maybe I should just like, I think it's too late though. To like try and pick a game and then grow that way. I think Palworld is not the kind of game where you have dedicated streamers for it unless they're planning on like really updating this game. Oh brother. Oh yeah, there's a Terraria event in this game. That was really funny, like wandering into the dungeon and seeing all the Terraria monsters and hearing the Terraria music. Damn, I want to play some Palworld now. Not today, not today. Today is actually, holy frick, how have I been here for almost 3 hours now? That's kind of crazy. To be completely honest with you, that's kind of crazy. Oh frick. I usually plug in my phone while I'm streaming because my phone runs out of battery because I have it on my stream, or I have my stream open on my phone. Because that's how I read chat for the most part. I don't have to do that when just chatting. I can just stare at my freaking OBS because I'm not just looking at anything else. But I forgot to charge my phone and I have no battery now. Fantastic. Hopefully that'll fix itself eventually. Hopefully. There are like other avenues I kind of want to look into for not Delta. Is that what that was? Delta is out. Yeah. Yawn. Oh boy. Ugh. All right. I guess let's see the future plans though. We're gonna finish Palworld. I'll try and do all of the hyper specific production stuff off stream, so I can like fill the stream time like with actual exploration and seeing new pals and doing stuff. After that, I said I'll try and dedicate one more stream to Dark Souls. I might forget about that. I genuinely have no idea what I'm gonna do after Palworld. What the frick am I gonna do after Palworld? Because of like the nature, the way that I schedule my games when I play games on stream is like, I typically try and like mix and match, so I'm not playing like a slow game and then another slow game. So like if I'm playing like a slow tactical game like Steam World Heist, Blasphemous does sound fun. Am I playing another 2D platformer Metroidvania though? Is that really what I'm doing? I'm playing another Metroidvania. Habe has been getting me to try and play Neo for a really long time. That's another Souls-like game. As I said, I do have Ni no Kuni and Digimon, but those are games that I'm like unsure of like actually of sitting down and playing after Palworld, because Palworld is pretty slow, or the way I've been playing it, it's been pretty slow. I think, although to be fair, that's my fault, because I actually love sitting down and just staring at trees and trying to figure out, like, skill trees and trying to figure out what the frick to do. And I'll spend hours doing just that, when I think a lot of people, when they play the Palworld, like, go out and do stuff. Neo's on my list. I need to get those. Yeah, Sam. Habe's been trying to get me to play that for some time, like a long time. So at some point I gotta say yes, you know. Just as I said, you know, yes to you wanting me to play Dark Souls. Oh, to be fair, I kind of sold out. I did kind of sell out. I will not lie, but I don't regret it. Dark Souls is not an expensive game anyways, and besides, you kind of paid for it. Namco, you pretty much paid for whatchamacallit, for me to play Dark Souls, so no complaints here. Maybe I should play the Yakuzas and Shenmues. Shenmue. Those are also like a series of games that I also haven't touched. I've heard really good things about Yakuza. I don't know if I like really want to play the Yakuza games though, and I'm particularly hesitant on Shenmue. I know Shenmue is like a very pivotal game, generally speaking, for gaming, but also the games look jank as hell. Don't get me wrong, I'm willing to play older games, but like there's a point sometimes where quality of life is very important for me, and controls are really important for me. If the controls are too jank, I don't know how I'd be able to handle it. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I didn't even realize I was looking at the farm. We have a big cucumber. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, and this guy came back. I'll take that. I don't even know if I want this, to be honest. Oh, another thing for sweet potato. And this is probably better. Okay. I played Might and Magic. That sounds extremely familiar. I know what this is. Oh yeah. Wait, am I even looking at the right game? I don't think I'm looking at the right game. I'm not. I'm definitely not looking at the right game. All right. Oh, what the okay. This is not what I expected to see. Yeah, the secret of the interesting. This is not what I expected. What the frick? Gosh dang, this looks like an old game. What the fudge? Interesting. Like genuinely very interesting. Hey man. I saw I was watching SGDQ, which Summer Games Done Quick. They're a organization that like sets up like speedrunning for the purposes of like raising money for charity and stuff. One of the games they played was Legend of Zelda Wand of Gamelon. And so I watched the entirety of that game with the cutscenes on. What a beautiful freaking game. Holy crap. No auto map. Had a notepad and a pencil to draw that. back to the Etrian Odyssey days, bro. I say back to, this game's further back than Etrian Odyssey, but you know what I'm talking about. Took notes of magic spells so I don't need to list the manual all the time. Truly, you sir are a true gamer, bro. The true gamer of our times. Okay, I dropped parsnips, so now I drop red onions now. Yeah, we drop red onions for black beans. Okay. And then you, sir, are a true gamer. Hats off to you, sir. Oh, I guess I'll move this over then. Wait, I can move the computer somewhere? Wait, what? Oh, wait, that's kind of perfect, actually. We can put the computer over there. Oh, and nobody moves it. I can just move it where the frick I want. Wait, that's so nice. Because I can't really do anything with the computer, so... Oh, frick, I wish I could move this elsewhere. I made a mistake. Oh, no. Alright. Oh, you know what I could do? There's that like single player Splatoon game that released on Switch. I don't think it's a Switch 2 exclusive though, but technically that game released. I could play that on stream. Surely that'd be like kind of fun to play, right? Surely. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to figure out what's like a good reason for me to get a Switch 2, you know? What is a good reasoning as to why I should get a Switch 2? Fire Emblem is one of them. Splatoon or that bubble game? Splatoon something. It is a Splatoon game, but it's like the single player Splatoon game. Raiders, Splatoon Raiders. How much is Splatoon Raiders? Is it a full $70 game? Please don't tell me it's a full $70 game. It probably is, but I'm gonna cross my fingers and hope that... Oh, it's 50. That's not that bad. What if I wanted a physical copy? It's an extra 10 bucks. If I want a physical copy of Splatoon Raiders. No, give me my physical. Why is a physical copy $10 more? Screw this game. Gosh, dang it. I need to get a job, bro. I mean, I'm going to, but I need to get a job. We're struggling out here. I need to get a job. So I can freaking fund my hobbies. I gotta keep streaming, bro. I gotta make that streamer moolah. Cause that's why I'm streaming, right, guys? It's just for the sole purpose of making money, and that's it. That's all I care about. I don't care about anything else, just streaming and making money. Bach. There's a bit of an issue, I feel. I feel like my planters aren't planting. Holy frick, my water bots were on that fast. I knew it? Knew what? Did I out myself for something? What did I do? What happened? What mistakes have I made? I make a lot of mistakes, but... No, I actually really like this background music. I'm gonna save this playlist. Or not playlist, I'm gonna save this thing. It's chill, but not like overly chill, you know? There are like some like background music that's like too chill. We're not out here trying to be too chill. We're trying to be chill enough, you know? Just chill enough. I'm actually surprised, like, that I'm not running out of food with how many frickin' things I'm running here. Food processors, bioconverters, that's what they're called. See me. Oh, you know what I could do, technically? Put this up here. Move this down here. Put a fertilizer bot right up top. And then harvest bot goes here and here. And then the left side is done for the most part. In which case now our next priority is our right side and trying to figure out this weird configuration. Farming Friday. Farming Friday doesn't even end, even when we finish like setting everything up. And the reason for that is because of, look at all these fruits we're missing, man. Or vegetables, sorry, not just fruits. There's some fruits, actually, because we have watermelon. And tomatoes. Tomatoes are fruits, botanically. For cooking, they're vegetables. Why is that the case? But it is the case. Okay, fertilizer should help. I actually don't have no idea what fertilizer actually does in this game. But I'm sure it does something. All right, let's fill out the cows. And then, And next we get some pigs. I guess the problem is trying to figure out where to put them. Watermelon is a berry? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. A freaking banana is a berry. Botanically speaking, a watermelon is a berry, a specialized type of berry called a pepo, which features a hard outer rind and fleshy inside flesh. Thank you, Reddit. A berry in botany is a simple fleshy fruit that usually has many seeds. Yeah, so like, I think a strawberry is not technically a berry. Yeah, a strawberry is not a berry. I don't think blueberries are berries. There's like a bunch of fruit that are labeled as berries that aren't berries, but like a banana is a berry. And like a cucumber, I think, is also considered a berry. Botany is freaking weird, bro. Botany is freaking weird. Okay. Am I in stream soon? I think I kind of went over. I ran out of stuff to talk about. I've run out of stuff to talk about. In the future, you know what I need to start doing? I need to start setting up like topics, you know? I need to separate out like topics to talk about on Farming Fridays. I think it kind of worked out because I started off with Tokon. So I need to start doing some stuff similar to that. Game related news is the plan. I think like the first and foremost, the stuff that is on my mind for things I need to keep in mind are like, I gotta do something involving community, right? Whether that be we raid like a MMORPG in the future and then we all just show up in a guild and just start doing raids and crap. Which, to be honest with you, I feel like, am I crazy to think that MapleStory would kind of be fun? But I also don't like Nexon that much as a company. But I guess it would depend on MapleStory Classic because they're planning on bringing back MapleStory like old MapleStory. So I guess when that comes out, we could do that. But like, what else would be like a fun idea? I think gacha games are pretty like nice because they're all free as well. There's only so many free games we can work with though. There's only so many free games that we can work with that we could all just like randomly invade and play together at random moments. Once again, my brain returns to Unison League. Never shall I ever actually expect other people to follow me back into frickin' Unison League of all games. And yet my brain still wanders. And yet my brain still wanders back to Unison League. I need to find like an extremely cheap game, right? And then like buy a few copies of it and then just start saucing them out. Or something along those lines. Killing Floor could be cool. Like the first Killing Floor game. We could just like, oh, actually that could be kind of fun. Killing Floor 2 takes up too much space, but I think Killing Floor 1 is actually kind of doable. We just have to wait for it to go on sale. Which now that I think about it, the autumn sale should be relatively soon, no? Because summer is kind of over. Kind of. Or is it? Or is it? And play the Vsauce. Vsauce here. Hi, Vsauce. Sai here. Cyrus here. Oh dang, I'm lucky that I have a 2-syllable name. Okay, I think I saw earlier my friend Rin starting up their stream. Was I false? I was wrong, actually. I swear I saw... Oh no, it was on Steam. I saw them go on to... Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think they're messing around with VTube Studio. I think that's what's going on. Whoopsies. A part of me was thinking if they're gonna stream, I might actually raid someone for the first time in like 2-3 years. But now that I'm looking at it, I'm just kind of like, Maybe not. I think there's sales all year round. There are always sales, but not for like all games, you know. I know Killing Floor, like, we can get for like $1 or $2 when it comes out. And like I know like we could still definitely have fun playing Killing Floor. So, you know. I guess it's the same with for Left 4 Dead 2 now that I think about it though. Left 4 Dead 2 is probably also pretty good in terms of price. Because I know Left 4 Dead 2 you can buy for like less than $1, I think, or less than $2 when it's on sale. Killing Floor is also supposed to be pretty cheap though. Oh wait, Killing Floor is 6-player co-op. I actually had no idea it was 6 players. I thought it was always 4. Wait, this could work? I don't actually know how interested people are in trying this out though. I'm not gonna worry about it. Okay. I think I'm gonna end off that. I don't have much else to go off of. It's something that I will always be thinking about, but because of how lazy and irresponsible I am, it is something that I'm gonna have to continue thinking about and never actually acting on. And we've been streaming for 3 hours. I think that's pretty good for a Farming Friday stream. I think my main goal is to try and stream minimum 3 hours every stream. I think that's a pretty decent amount of time. Me thinks. Okay. That'll be it for me. I have a couple things I would like to do today, IRL. I might stream again tomorrow though, because D&D got canceled again. So I might stream another 8 hours tomorrow for some Palworld or something. In the meantime, I shall leave it off there. Serious Sam has 16 player. What the frick is Serious Sam? Serious Sam. Oh. I see. I have never seen this game in my entire life. Very interesting. All right, yeah, I'll end off there. I'll probably be back with like Palworlds or something in the future. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time it may be for you. If you haven't, please get up, stretch, get a drink of water. And if it's late, please go to bed. Take care of yourselves. I might be streaming tomorrow. I might be streaming Sunday. I might be streaming Monday. I'll definitely be streaming again on Tuesday. But yeah, with that said, hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream, and I hope I will see you guys next time.